Well, a very good morning, everyone, and welcome to the stream. I'm DJ Sean, and thank you for joining me on this Sunday morning or Saturday evening or Saturday afternoon, or I don't think there's anyone really ahead of us besides New Zealand, so it's still Sunday morning there. But anyway, hi everyone. If you haven't seen me before, I am DJ Sean. I'm a charity streamer, which means I raise money and awareness for various charities throughout the year. Having completed a fantastic round the world journey here in the first week of November, we're raising over $550 for our charity. I can't bring myself to ask us all to dig a little bit deeper for the rest of the month. So we will be commencing that in December and bringing some Christmas cheer, hopefully, to another charity or the recipients of another charity in December, which is fantastic. Good morning, Ali. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. A very, what's the way to put this? I get a bit of, you're getting a bit of, when you haven't done something for a while and you get withdrawals, that's what I've been getting from streaming. So a bit for the benefit of those of you on the stream, I did have a little mishap on the motorbike Monday morning this past week, whereby I had to take some fairly significant evasive action to avoid a truck driver who was on his mobile phone, and while I thought I was going to come off, I thought that I'd almost pretty much flipped off the bike. Managed to save it, hold it together, and the byproduct of that was that with a big heavy helmet on was that I got into a pretty awkward position, getting almost flung off the motorbike, and kinked my neck pretty bad. So I've been working on it all week. The deep heat, the anti-inflammatories, a fair bit of physio, and I can say that I can twist my head pretty much all that way, and it's pretty rough going that way. And that sitting on the captain's side, that's the side that I need to turn to. That's all right. Maybe we have to go FO today. Getting better. It's been pretty bad. It's been a pretty horrible experience sitting in front of a computer, and let alone having to do stuff within VR and move your head and all that stuff around. So it's been a bit tough. So I do apologise for those of you that are looking forward to the streams today. One of the things, for the streams last week, one of the things I'm very keen to do, and I've put the schedule up now down below under the channel. Tweet89, thank you. Welcome to the stream. Good morning or good afternoon or even good evening. One of the things I have committed to doing is going back to the schedule, so a dedicated schedule so you guys know exactly when the streams are on, and you'll find that information just below in the channel. You should see a streaming schedule there, and going to stick to it fairly religiously. At the moment, Monday nights are Explain nights because of the event that we get here in Australia on Monday nights. Tuesday night is very much DCS night. I've patched DCS up, been fiddling with it a little bit over the last couple of days, so very keen to get back into DCS. Thursday night might be a little bit more Explain or variety game night where we'll play a different game, and then streaming across the weekend. The streams across the weekend can vary a little bit. The ones that I really want to lock down times are the Monday night, Tuesday night's my time, and the Thursday night streams. It would be cool if you went FO today. Well, the problem with that is there's actually some larger problems than me going VR FO. I've got a wall to my left, and if I swing my arm out, I'll actually whack it pretty hard into the wall. So I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. But anyway, let's have a little bit of a look at the flight today. So we are sitting here in Melbourne. One of the things I've tried, I purchased during the Black Friday sales was the Jar Design ground handling deluxe, which gives me obviously some ground some ground vehicles. So I've now got stairs for the aircraft. I've got some luggage containers. So if you're in Canada, I've got a couple of other friends and actually subscribers from Canada. So hello, big shout out to the Canadians. You're very lovely people. So we've got a fuel truck. We've got obviously the belt loaders and some stairs from Universal, which I need to play with the liveries, I guess, per se, or the textures on these. I've got them, and I thought I'd selected a different company, but they didn't work, so that's okay. That's no big drama, but we now have some stairs and stuff, so everything's looking a little bit more professional. Alrighty, guys, let's jump on the flight deck here. So we are on a we are in a very cold and dark aircraft. I'm just going to move that who's online little bar just down a little bit, just to there. So the aircraft would typically be on battery power and either a GPU outside or connected to mains power by the building. So that's not the case because I'm a little bit slack. So let's go ahead now and start the aircraft up. What we'll do then is go through the flight plan and configure the aircraft up and go. One of the things I do want to talk about today is while we get this thing started up is I'm trying to do a 4-sector day today. So the aircraft's actually flying 6 sectors. It doesn't finish up until very late tonight, and I don't think I'm going to do 6 sectors. So we are going to do a 4-sector day. So the aircraft operates from Melbourne to Canberra return. So Melbourne, Canberra, then Canberra to Melbourne. And then the aircraft operates to Newcastle return. So I'm thinking we'll do that. One of the things I want to do, which I didn't get a chance to, is I've been, with the help of Avalonia, who's a very good friend of mine and plays a lot of DCS with us, he's been getting into X-Plane, and he's very keen for the ortho scenery. So both him and I have been working on downloading the whole of Australia and New Zealand in Zoom level 17. So we finished it, but it's a couple of terabytes, and copying a couple of terabytes off a USB drive takes ages. So my computer was on, it's been on for like the last 20 hours copying it, and up into stream time this morning it hadn't finished. So I was keen to actually fly across to NZ today, maybe to Auckland, and then fly Auckland down to Queenstown, but I'm pretty sure that that might have to wait for a day later in the week now. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the ortho installed in time, so I do apologise about that, everyone. That's what I kind of wanted to do. Alrighty, so while all that boots up, let's have a little bit of a look at the route today. So for those of you who, I think it's this one is the one we want. There we go. For those of you who aren't too familiar with our flight today, if we zoom right out here in the Navigraph desktop charts app, you can see there's obviously Australia. And this is our route up to Canberra. Canberra is the country's the country's capital city. It's where all our politicians are. So I don't know if that's a selling point for going to Canberra, but that's where we're headed today. I will go through the flight plan in just a few minutes. One of the things I want to do here is just get the aircraft in basic sort of setup. One of the things I've just realised I haven't done is connected the weather using FS Global Real Weather. So let's get that weather plug-in into the sim right now. We're probably going to see the weather change out the window quite dramatically, but that's okay. That's no different from any other time we're using X-Plane. Get the weather configured here. Oh, there we go. There's that Melbourne weather that we've all become familiar with. Alrighty. Let's go ahead now. Enter the IRS position, FMC, position initialization. We are in Melbourne. South 3740, East 14450 sounds about right. Go chuck that in there. And that guy there. Okay, so this is the first time we've flown the aircraft today, so we're going to do a fairly thorough check of the aircraft and its systems. We normally wouldn't do something on a turnaround we wouldn't go probably to the extent that we would here on this. Go ahead and get that firing.
Adjust vertical speed.
So what we're doing is a little check here. Do you use the default clouds? Ali, I'm using I guess a version of the default clouds. I do apologise for the TCAS in the background there too, buddy. I use 3J Clouds, which is a script made by the guy that does 3J FPS, which is a really popular tool to control your FPS. I think that uses a version. I think that uses the default textures, and I find it does a really good job.
Maintain vertical speed. Maintain vertical speed. Crossing. Maintain. Monitor vertical speed. TCAS test. Pass.
What do we want want here? Test you. 1, 2, 3.
Pull up. Wind shear.
Come up the back here. Check the manual gear extension handles. They're all present and accounted for. Do a little bit of a check here of all the circuit breakers. Make sure that nothing's popped. No. Morning, everyone in the back. Bit of a check here. It's all looking pretty good. Come at the back here, checking for across here. You won't work with you on. We got the gear lights. Stall. Up. Check. And light test there. Beautiful.
Wind shear. Too low. Terrain ahead.
The full suite of tests here, guys. Does take a little while.
Terrain ahead.
Your damper coming on.
Obstacle.
What do we got here? The aircraft is fueled up, so fasten seatbelt signs on ahead of time. And that is the GPWS test. So let's go ahead now and do the pre-flight checklist. One of the things we'll do just before we get into that is set the local QNH, which is 1007. Oops. 1007 set there. 1007 set. 1007 set. Okay, so to the pre-flight checklist. So we've got oxygens tested 100% both sides. The navigation, transfer, and display switches. That's these guys here. They're all normal and auto. Excuse me. The window heat. That's the 4 switches along the back there. That's all on green. The pressurization mode selector. He's the guy over here in the corner. He's on auto, and we're up at 35,000 feet today. So we'll take this opportunity now to go ahead and set that. The flight instruments. So I've got heading 341 on my side, heading 341 on your side, QNH 1007, 1007, and 1007 on both sides, giving us an elevation of about 460 feet, which is close enough for government work. The parking brake is set and the start levers are cut off. That's the pre-flight checklist now complete. So let's go ahead now and review the flight plans. So we are operating Velocity 259 today from Melbourne through to Canberra. It's got a trip time. This is just a short one of just 46 minutes, requiring 2.5 or just shy of 2.5 tons of fuel. We've got a contingency there of 300. I'm carrying an extra 30 minutes for holding fuel, which is fairly typical of me being on Vatsim. If we get some controls online and a little bit of traffic, sometimes they melt a little bit, and we've got to go into a hold. The standard fixed reserve is there of an additional 30 minutes, so the minimum required is 5.1.5 tons. It's actually 4.97 tons. We've got a little bit of there for our taxi, so on the ramp we should be sitting with about 5.1, 5.2. You can see there next to me we have got 5.2 tons. Okay, looking over at the zero fuel weight, we've got a zero fuel weight of 61.2 tonnes. We are quite heavy today. There's not a lot of packs on, but there's a fair bit of cargo for this flight. With our motion lotion, minus the taxi fuel, gives us a blast-off weight of 66.2 tonnes. For those of you who know me and the aircraft well, this configuration of this aircraft, maximum landing weight is 66.3 tonnes. So we're 100 kilos under that, and we just need to remember that for our departure briefing. We're going to burn off about 2.4 in the flight, and we'll be landing with about 63.7, so well and truly under the max landing weight there. Okay, the schedule we are due out at 21:30. We are about 27 minutes late at this point in time. I blame the coffee. So we are behind time here. We'll aim to get off as quickly as we can and see if we can make up some the time in the cruise. We're up at flight level 350 today. The shear rate's only 2, so we're expecting fairly smooth conditions. Anything greater than 6 means we'll have a few bumps in that cruise segment of the flight. The wind, once we get up there, is 241 degrees at 48 knots. So it is blowing with us. That's why the time is so short. We're getting pushed along by that wind, and I'll show you that in just a little bit. The alternate summary, we don't need to worry about that, as the weather in Canberra is pretty good. This is the business end of the flight plan. You'll see me come back to this in just a little bit. This is the flight plan itself. It lists every waypoint on the flight plan, as well as a bunch of flight timing information, weather information, and the all-important fuel that we should expect over each waypoint. You'll see me refer to this guy a couple of times during the flight just to make sure that we are burning on the correct fuel. Looking at the weather, so the weather here in Melbourne, we've got this observation was taken at 2100 Zulu, so 58 minutes ago. The wind was 230 at 8 knots. We've got good visibility, a few clouds at 1,000 feet, broken at 3,500 feet, temperature 13, dew point 09, QNH 1007. There is an inter that's going to be effective from now for the next hour, or in 2 minutes for the next hour, where that visibility is going to come into 5,000, the showers of rain and broken cloud at 1,200 feet. Looking at the TAF, it's going to be, we're going to have some cloud around for most of the day. When we come back in probably around this time, we're going to have some gusty winds, some good visibility, but some showers of rain and cloud at 3,000. Milo, good morning to you. So we should expect a few gusts when we come back in from Canberra later on. Looking at Canberra itself, the weather in Canberra is really good. This was auto-generated. It's calm, good visibility. There's no cloud. There's good, the temperature is 10 with a dew point of 8, QNH 1008. Looking at the TAF though, again, we're going to have some light winds there, good visibility and some cloud. Looking at much later on, there will be some rain moving into Canberra. Bug, good morning to you, or good afternoon. How you going? Welcome. Canberra looking pretty good. The weather in Melbourne's deteriorating. We'll see that as we come back on that return flight. Wind gusting at 27 knots. That should be a little bit of fun. Thought I just tuned into Alan Wilkie. Who's that? 11, it's still the morning. Very good, Pug. Fair enough. So looking at the flight today, we have, and I do apologise for this chart being sideways as always, guys. We are starting at the bottom of this chart. The yellow line's a direct line between our two, our two airports, and the reds are actual flight plan. You can see, like I was saying, we are flying with the wind this morning. The wind is carrying us along through to Canberra. Okay, guys, well, that's a bit of a review of the flight plan. What we might do now is go ahead and get the aircraft configured up for our flight. There's no ATC online. We've got a fair few pilots online today. We've got about 2 or 3 here in Melbourne. 4 here in Melbourne at the moment. The weather guy. Yes, I'm with you now, Milo. Sorry, a little bit slow today. Just waking up. Let's go ahead now and get the aircraft configured for our flight. Get the flight plan back up here. So this is the guy just here. So this flight plan is our route just here. A distance of 285 nautical miles. Flight level 350 is the one for us. So we're going to Canberra, which is Yankee Sierra Charlie Bravo. We are velocity 259er. And our company route is we're going from Mel to CBR1, and that should populate it for us. It does. Runway 27 is blasting off. We're blasting off today, and we'll go ahead and put the departure in. Where are we going? Via Dozel, Ebony, Iran. It's a really straightforward one. Melbourne, Dozel 9, execute, which should take us Antal, Parsi, Pebto, Pert to Dozel, and we should see a flight straight ahead off 27 and a couple of right-hand turns, which we do, taking us to Dozel. That's looking pretty good. Okay, so through to the route, performance initialization. So we're going to be starting along this line just here. So we've got a 0 fuel weight today of 61.2. Bug, you're in New Zealand, aren't you? 3 hours ahead. That'd make it about 11 o'clock, I think, wouldn't it? I think you've told me that before, but my lovely memory. 1.1 on the reserves. We've got a cost index of 20. Yeah, that's right. Awesome. I thought so. Well, we're going to come across an NZ today. I've been working on getting some ortho downloading. I've downloaded all of NZ and all of Australia in Zoom level 17, which is really quite high quality satellite photo scenery. But unfortunately, copying it between drives, 20 hours wasn't enough to copy those couple of terabytes. And it was still going this morning, so I'm going to have to push that flight back. I want to head over to Auckland and then down into Queenstown, or down into Christchurch and then down into Queenstown or something like that. So yeah, I thought with all the space that I've got with the 8 terabyte drive, I just go a bit crazy and get something a little bit higher up. But yes, you're right. 16 is more than enough. Negative 46. 10,000. We've got an outside air temperature of 13. It's quite nippy in Melbourne today. You're on the North Island, aren't you, Bug? From memory. We are that. We'll go that. Take off. Flaps 5. No, South Island. Oh, I thought maybe you told me that. Maybe it was someone else. 220 a year. At 9, we need to get next page. That one there, it's dry. 1500 on the acceleration height. Has it started raining yet here in Melbourne? No, not yet. Alrighty, those, and oh, you guys can't really see that. And we want what have we got? 4.85 on the trimmy. That's probably good there. 148 on you. Okay, back down here. So we've got a cruise of 0.77. We'll do 0.78 on that. We've got a descent of 0.78/280 as per the company profile, so we'll get that put in now. We've got forecast of 110, and we've got some winds here which you'll see me pop back in. These are the winds just here for the descent segment of the flight. Christchurch, South Island, very good. Have you lived in Christchurch for a while, buddy? Early stream, Larrikin, hello buddy, good morning to you. Yes buddy, I'm having a bit of withdrawals, having busted my neck up earlier in the week, and I still can't move it all the way to the right. The left's okay, but the right is still cactus. I really wanted to get back on and do some serious flying, so we've got a 4-sector day to fuck my neck up even more. Sean, it's kitchen handle day. Milo, I swear you talk in code. You say for 5 years of life though. Right, Bug. Were you in Christchurch during the quakes at all, mate? 244. 49. And then what do we got? 235 at 36. 235 at 36. Early bird catches the worm. It sure does, buddy. It sure does. Horrible. Yeah, it was, Bug. I was in a different capacity in my job with the airline that I work for, but I was still working for us, and Larrikin. Talking about bad timing. 229 at 27. Execute progress. Staying with 2.5. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, so I was part of our response team that went over there and helped obviously with our staff there as much as we could. Yeah, I was staying at the Copworth. Is it the Copworth just near the airport? My memory's failing me. Yeah, still I remember getting, I don't know, it was straight after the quakes, and I think yeah, felt some aftershocks. Yeah, I think we were there for about 7 days, 8 days, and I think 4 of those nights maybe, we were out in the parking lot. It was pretty nuts. Yeah, it wasn't a great time. And then going into the city and seeing all the lovely architecture and old buildings of Christchurch that have just crumbled was a little bit disappointing. So not a little bit. It was devastating. So anyway, yeah, absolutely. I've got a lot of time for New Zealand. I love New Zealand. I'll try to get over there before peak season again, and we might go up through Christchurch. I like flying into Christchurch, getting a car, go down to Dunedin. I love Dunedin. It's such a pretty town. And then go down further down into Queenstown. That's always nice. That one. What I'm going to do, guys, here is just get the aircraft configured for our departure. So if you don't know what I'm doing, don't fret. I will go through it all in just a few minutes. That one there, and 610 on you. Norfolk's 10. I've still yet to explore much of the South Island. Yeah, it's beautiful. You live in a very nice part of the world. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do now, guys, is the departure briefing. So for those of you who haven't seen this before, you are my virtual FOs. So if you've got any questions during this process, please shout out and I'll stop and answer them for you. Morning, Sean. What is the cost index you're using today? Hey, DG Aviation, Dangerous Goods Aviation. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. We've got a cost index of 20, so 20 today. 20 today. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the departure briefing. What I might do is actually, before we do that, is organise the pushback here. So what do we got here? We've got ground services, better pushback, pre-plan the pushback. So last time I used better pushback out of Melbourne, my sim crashed.
Round to cockpit, show you we got your plan there. Give me a call through the menu when you're ready to go.
I've done some fairly extensive editing of the gates here in Melbourne, and I don't know if I've broken something by doing that, so hopefully the sim doesn't crash. Alrighty, let's go ahead and do a departure briefing. So guys, we are operating velocity 259 today from Melbourne through to Canberra. We've gone through the weather already, so we don't need to go through for that for now. We are sitting here over here on Pier Echo, which you can see just here right at the end on Echo 10. So it's going to be a pushback nose left, tower right pushback. We'll taxi to runway 27, so holding point Papa, runway 27, so it's over to Golf, right on Alpha, right on Echo, and up to holding point Papa for runway 27. Sim freeze for 1 second when calling the tow. Yeah, Bug, that does the same thing for me as well. So blasting off runway 27. So we are doing a flaps 5 left-hand seat takeoff with a 24k derate. So we've derated the engines from 26k to 24k. Due to the short flight time, we've got no derate in the climb. So for you on the stream, guys, you are my virtual FO. So from 0 through to 80 knots, if you see anything that you don't like that looks a little bit sinister, or you think I've maybe forgotten something or messed something up, please type it in on chat. I'll review it when I'm in VR and make the assessment about what we do. From 80 knots through to V1, I'm only going to abort for an engine failure or a loss of control of the aircraft. From V1, we're going to take the problem into the sky. Talking about taking the problem into the sky, I have got the aircraft configured for this guy just here. This is the ILS for runway 27. So for those of you who were with me, anyone on the Flight Sim Expo? No, Milo, I couldn't make it that day. So I think one of us did, maybe Leroy, he was talking about doing it. So we for those of you who were with me during the flight plan review, you'll know that we're 100 kilos underweight. So keeping that in mind, should we need to come back, we can come back straight away. We don't have to stay up there and burn fuel. So they are doing arrivals into runway 27. So when we're taking off from runway 27, it makes logical choice to come straight back to this runway. So this calls for course 263, which you can see that we've got set up on both my side on the MCP course and your side on the MCP course. It's got 1093, which I've got as the primary. I've got the VOR for Melbourne as our primary on nav2, and we've got the minimums here of 610 feet, which is the minimums for this approach chart. We can see, looking at the MSA within 10 nautical miles of the field, we've got 4,500 feet to the north, but just 3,700 feet as our minimum safe altitude to the south. So if we have any problems, we lose an engine or something like that, we are a little bit heavy, but we're not too heavy today, so we shouldn't have any problems climbing up to the altitude. But it makes sense for us to turn left, and if we are having any trouble climbing out, we'll turn left and capitalise on that lower minimum safe altitude. Just do a bunch of left-hand turns, come back here and over visas, or if we can visually see the field, we'll just do a visual circuit and come straight back into runway 27. If nothing does go tits up, this is, and I do apologise for this chart being sideways, guys. It's just the way. Yeah, it's the way to do it, Milo. Take the problem into the supermarket parking lot 200 metres past the runway. I do apologise for this chart being sideways. This is chart 20-3 Charlie, 15th of June. Hello, Deathson. Welcome to the stream. Effective the 15th of June 18. For the Dozel 9, I'll zoom in here so we can all see it a little bit. So we're blasting off runway 27, so it's heading 263 through to Atnol. So what we'll do is we'll go here and zoom in to the legs page. You can see heading 266 Yeah, it's close enough for government work to Antol. From Antol, it's a right-hand turn to Parsi, which we've got there. From Parsi, it's a right-hand turn to Pebto. But we've got a 10,000 footer or above height restriction there, which we've got in the box there in magenta. Hey Davidson, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, guys. Make yourself comfortable. We're just doing the departure briefing. From Pebto, it's to Pert, and from Pert, it's a right-hand turn following this guy just here. Yes, it is, buddy. We are looking forward to it. I might even do a giveaway. I'm thinking about it. I might buy an extra one and do a giveaway live on stream on release night. If we can get a little bit more information about the exact release night, that would be really great. Through to Dozel. So in regards to this chart here, there's nothing too fancy. It's a really standard instrument departure for us. There is a speed restriction of 250 knots below 10,000, which is really quite standard. We will be using LNAV and VNAV to support the flying today. I've got initial altitude of 5,000. The weather there's a little bit of weather around today, but it hasn't started raining, so I'll have the terrain radar on my side, and there's nothing wrong with the aircraft that means that we need to depart any differently. I am Beanie Bot. Hey buddy, welcome to the stream. So that is the departure briefing completed, guys. If anyone's got any questions, please let me know. If you got no questions, we'll go ahead and get underway. Go back to that chart there. We don't need you. Close you down. What do we got here? Waiting for my bits to come in. Amen. Okay, so that is that. All right, I think we're ready for VR and getting underway. Haven't been in VR since I pulled my neck out. For those of you on the stream, I did pull out my neck earlier this week on Monday, doing some evasive maneuvers, just practicing for the F-14. But on my motorbike, avoiding a truck driver on his mobile phone, and almost came off. I left. I got airborne off the seat, but managed to save it. And the byproduct of that was kinking my neck fairly substantially to the right. So it is a bit stiff. So you might see me doing a few of these ones today and just doing some stretching. So I'm going to be flying Velocity 1507 to Yankee Bravo Sierra uniform. Nice, buddy. Nice. Well, welcome. That's what's the giveaway? Well, thinking about doing a giveaway for the F-14 Tomcat on release night, but just need to know when it's release night. That would be really good. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into VR. So you should see me with it. We should be able to hear a slight difference now as we move to this lovely headset. Okay, the stream is going to go black here just for a minute, guys, while we jump into VR. Let's go do it now. So I'll see you all in just a second. Okay, let me just get back on the flight deck here. Beautiful. Go ahead and reset you. We need to bring some stuff into VR, so monitor 2. Hi guys, welcome back. And welcome back to the charts. We'll chuck those down there. We might go ahead and get rid of you. And we're just there. We're going to zoom you in a little bit. And we'll get rid of you and put monitor. Whoops, I always press that wrong one. We want you and monitor 1 and selected back. Okay. Oh, that's a stretch for the neck. There we go. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get everything turned on. You're on, checked, and you're set. We've got some doors that we probably need to close up. That'll be interesting if we don't get the doors closed. Doors, we want to close you, and close you. Alrighty, I haven't used I got Ground Handler by Jar Designs, and I haven't oh, it is VR capable. That's cool. I haven't used it in VR before, so let's go ahead and I could probably just click drive away, right? Watch out, buddy! Watch out! Bang, crash. Okay, so let's do a better pushback call here. So the last time I did better pushback here in Melbourne, my sim crashed. Let's hope that doesn't happen today.
Yeah, ground to cockpit.
Game launch detected.
Yeah, my game
Loading
crashed. Better pushback. Why you do this to me? So one of the things we can't do is use better pushback in Melbourne. I don't know what
Game
I
launch
have
detected.
I have
Loading
done.
profile.
I can I'll get the aircraft quickly loaded back up again, guys, and we'll get underway. I don't know why it doesn't like to use better
Game launch
pushback in
detected.
Melbourne.
Loading profile.
I don't know what it is. Oh dear.
Game launch detected. Loading profile.
I know you're loading profile. Take me 5 minutes to get this guy reconfigured, guys, and we'll get going. By the way, your headset mic is more tinnier than I remember. Yeah, it's maybe I haven't fiddled with it too much, but maybe it is. New flight, Melbourne. Alright, we'll go here. We'll go gate 8. We'll go Foxtrot 17. That'll make it a little... there we go. Foxtrot 17. That'll make it a little bit easy for us to get out. Yeah, it's always going to be tinny. It's just a small crappy mic, unfortunately. I don't know if the new version of my headset, because my headset's really old, I don't know if the new version they've upped the mic quality. It'd be nice if they had, but yeah, I've got a couple of conditions for headsets. They need to have dual input, so I need to be able to mix between the two, like my radios and my game sounds, and it needs to be wireless with swappable batteries, and there's not too many things that meet that requirement. Unfortunately, you want as less cord cables as possible when you're in VR, otherwise you just end up in a tangle. So I wonder why it crashes my sim. Bug. I remember in the early days when I was getting started, I was fiddling, like trying to work out the best way to stream in VR, because it's a lot of people were doing it, and yeah, there was a few instances of me knocking over mics, and then I graduated to knocking over beer over keyboards. So that was interesting. There we go. Close you. So we've changed gates we're over the other side now. So we were just over in this gate just here. We're over in this gate here, and hopefully I can drive it out. I reckon we can. Let's go ahead and get you started. You on APU. We'll go ahead and connect the weather again. Yes, the sim's not running. I did tell you it wasn't running. And connect back to X-Plane, please. We want you on. We want you on. Reverse thrust out of there, maybe, but actually that's not a bad idea. I think I was doing shared co-pilot with Greg, one of one of 259 and connect. There we go. One of my friends, and I'm pretty sure that's what we did. Because Better Pushback was doing something crazy. I find every now and again, and I don't know why, but I feel like X-Plane starts to eat itself. Like it starts to consume its own config files, and it starts to break plugins and all that sort of stuff. And I feel like it's starting to do that now. I know sometimes I'll start X-Plane up and all the config files will be gone, so I always keep a backup of my config files. No, Milo, not until there's a... Well, I have no real need for an A319. I think my next purchase is either going to be... I'm pretty sure I want the 330, but it's not fully VR capable yet, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be I think the Flight Factor 7.6. I'm pretty sure that's going to be my guy. 3.5 there. Down here, bring that panel up there. We've got 2000 there, 122, 1093, 114. Awesome. It's good. The panel state kind of saves. It's a pity that the FMC doesn't. 610 on this guy. Ooh, almost. 1007. 1007. Okay, FMC. There we go. Performance initialization. Let's go ahead and put that guy in. So we are in Yankee at Mike Lima. 30, 140, 144.50. That's right. Chuck you in there. You go there. You've come up. So we're going from YSCB. We are velocity 259. We're going from Melbourne to CBR1. It's that one there. Activate. Pushing back. That's nice. And runway 27. Departures. So for those of you on the stream that maybe have just tuned in, we are doing this setup for the second time, unfortunately. Good old X-Plane Better Pushback totally ate my... Ooh, actually, we need to set the weights too coming back in. I better bring the flight plan back up. We need to set the weights again. Oh, or does it keep it? No, it doesn't keep it. 18.8, 60. No, 19.8. 61.2, yeah, 61.2, and we've got 5.2 tons of fuel on board. 71.7, that's not right. 66.4. Yeah, that's close enough for government work. We don't need you anymore, so turn you off. No need for an Airbus, we're not friends. Is this take a flight? No, mate. The oh, hello. The fuel in Canberra is pretty well priced, so we don't tanker for this flight. That's not the page I want. That's the page I want. We've got a zero fuel weight of 61.2. We've got 1.1 on the reserves. Cost index of 20. We're up to flight level 350 today. The wind up at flight level 350 is 241 at 48. 241 at 48. I need to fix that Better Pushback. That's annoying that it crashes the sim. Oops, wrong one there. 10,000 set. N1, we've got /13. D for 8. U, take off 5. The wind was 220 at 9. 220 at 9. Acceleration height is 1,500 feet, and our thrust reduction height is 1,500 feet. U there, U, and U. And 486. That's good there. We got one. We don't. So we'll set that now. 140. What was it? 148. 148. And 148 set. Down to U. 0.78 in the cruise. Doesn't go there. It goes there. The descent is 0.78. 280. Forecast is 110. Execute progress 2.6. That's looking better. Well, that's looking close to what we had. Just double checking. It's the right hand turns. Yes, it is. Okay, let's go ahead and set you up. Flight director, master's my side, secondary's yours, LNAV, VNAV, 263, down there, 5,000 set, 263, 263. 1093, 1141, 1141, 2000, and 1228, 610. That's all on. Okay, we are now at the stage we were before the crash. So for the second time, let's go jump into VR. God damn it. Don't you crash again on me, aeroplane, or there's going to be trouble. Okay, the stream's going to go black here for just a second, guys, while we jump into VR. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me alright. And see me okay, yeah. Alright. We want to go about there. Alrighty. Oh, my neck. Close you. On. Alrighty. 3-5. Okay, so we've done the pre-flight checklist as part of the previous flight, or the previous attempt. The before start checklist, that's this guy just here. So we've got 5.2 tons, yes, and the pumps are on. Nothing in the center tank today. The passenger signs are now on. The windows are locked my side and locked your side. The MCP, I've got V2 148 heading 263, which is the initial heading for the SID, and 5,000 set. Down here the takeoff speeds, we've got V1 139, V rotate 140, and the V2 climb out speed 148, 148. That's the CDU pre-flight now completed. The trim is free and 0, and the taxi and takeoff briefing has been completed. To the line, below the line, the flight deck door is closed and locked, and the anti-collision light is on. That's the start checklist complete. Go ahead and set the clock. Alrighty, let's get going. So first flight of the day, we're over the left-hand side for the ignition source. 1, 2, and starting. So we're looking for 25 before we bring the fuel in. And there's 25 fuel coming in. Ding dong, we've got to put that guy on. So what do we got here? He's holding short of runway 16. We'll go chuck you guys just there. You're crossing 27. Let's start a cutout. That's a good start on 2. Let's start 1. You can depart if you want at 16. I'm still getting to 27. Oh, that's nice. And that's 24 and 25. Fuel coming in. We are very late. We're an hour late on the first sector of the day. Course is not going to be happy with me. Let's start a cutout. That's a good start on 1. Flaps 5. Control check, what's your knees, guys? And rudder right, centre, right, left, centre. Okay. Oh, stretch the old neck. We want you on, you off, on. Recheck, okay. Before taxi checklist generators are on. The ProPeat is on. The anti-ice not required. The isolation valve is auto. Engine start switches are auto in this aircraft. Recalls check. The auto brake is RTO. The engine start levers are idle detent. The flight controls have been checked and the dispatch clearance is checked. That's the before taxi checklist. Hey. Shanko, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream, my friend. If you've got any questions or comments, please shout out. Alrighty, let's get going. So, APU off, taxi light on. Sorry, buddy, to blind you. Brakes are off. I might actually just reduce the size of that a little bit and chuck you there. We want to have monitor 1 back and itchy nose. Alrighty, let's get going. So it's going to be... We need to enable nose wheel steering. For some reason I always need to do that in bloody X-Plane now. And then it's going to... I reckon we can get out of here by just doing a right turn. I don't know if anyone saw a catering truck just there. Let's go on tonight. And wow, there's something not like in Melbourne. Knock over the stairs. Getting some really crappy FPS here in X-Plane for some reason. 37 FPS. It should be, buddy. It should be. What we might do here is just pull up. There's a 7.4 departing 1.6. Just do is hold us just there. What are we getting now? 44s. Yes, we're getting back to what we should do. It's very interesting. So I'm just doing a quick switch here, guys. Sorry, I'm just apply some changes here, yeah. When you have a sim crash, FS Global Real Weather has a bit of a match real world conditions. What's that download through here? It struggles a little bit and kills my performance in X-Plane. It's a little bug in it. If you close the sim without first closing down the weather program, it starts to chew all your CPU and kills your FPS, your performance here in X-Plane. And well, if you have a sim crash, you get real no say in closing them down in the right order. So I've just switched to the default weather. We'll use default weather for this first sector anyway and see how we go. And traffic Melbourne, velocity 259, IFR 737 800, taxis runway 27, traffic Melbourne. Better pushback should be called better not pushback. I think you're right. Fair bit of traffic here in Melbourne today. Is this guy just here? Ah, dear. Okay, so the crew are ready, so better the before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist is flaps are 5, green light, and the stabilizer trim is 4.8 units. Set. That's the before takeoff checklist complete. Got a really short taxi round here to runway 27. Oh, have to just stretch the old neck. So it's going to be right up here on the second right, or the first right now. Just clear, there's nothing coming down the left side there. There's nothing on the right. No. Loving the new rudder pedals I got. I got the new Thrustmaster TPR rudder pedals, and they are so good. Okay, what we might do now is go ahead and get you turned on. We'll see some of the, that guy who just departed. There's nothing coming down the approach for runway 27. So we'll switch the chart now to our departure chart. This guy just here, zoom you in there, back to you. We'll keep it rocking and rolling. You coming on there, you're coming on there. Wow, double ding the crew. Go here. Traffic Melbourne, velocity 259, IFR 737 800, now departs runway 27. Departing for the north, traffic Melbourne. Okay, so we are clear on the approach. We're clear on the runway, we're clear on the crossing runway. There's nothing coming down the approach for either. Alrighty guys, if you see me doing anything a bit crazy here or you don't agree with, please shout out. Let's get going. Up to 40. Both come up together, punch it. Speed's alive. Nothing on the crossing runways.
80 knots.
Check.
V1, rotate. Positive green.
Gear up. See you later, Melbourne. See you in a little bit. 401.
1000.
Damn it. We're going to fly into this guy. He took off from runway 16, and he's going to fly straight over the top of us since their acceleration high. So we're going to start our acceleration just here. That's going to shallow our climb a little bit, which is okay. There's 8,000, plus 7,000, so there's enough distance there. Okay, flaps 1. My trim sets on my little joystick here. Makes flying this aircraft a little bit easier. Flaps up. Okay. After takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist, engine leads are on. Packs are auto, landing gear is up and off, and flaps are up, no lights. That's the after takeoff checklist complete. We're going to keep the acceleration going. We'll go straight up to 350. 350 set. There's our right turn. Everyone's really quiet on the stream. You're just kicking back, are you? Just enjoying the lovely smooth departure there? We're all screaming down the back. Got nothing, no weather here, do we? No. He's really cut that corner, so we don't have to worry about him anymore. Maybe that's that guy there, actually. Alrighty, Command A. What do we got here? LNAV, sorry, N1 LNAV and VNAV speed, that's what we want to see. No, that's gotta be a static guy. Anyway, we might just turn out this way just to be sure.
Traffic, traffic. 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 Clear of traffic, traffic. Traffic, traffic.
AJB Star, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Just go around some traffic there. I'm pretty sure though that that wasn't a problem. That was just a ghost that X-Squawkbox gives us every now and again. Just like a ghost that gets stuck there and there's an invisible plane there in real life. Do a barrel roll, please. Sorry, buddy, you came to the wrong stream for a barrel roll. Just shallow that turn a little bit. There's no point turning all the way back and then doing a severe left turn. Okay, so we are up. Let's let the crew up. Crew's coming up. We'll let the packs up in a second when we get back on course here. Start stalling. Dozel, execute, and LNAV. Off we go. So there's the guy that took off ahead of us, off runway 16. He's well and truly cleared us now. He's a good 25 miles ahead of us now, so that's not going to be a problem anymore. Packs are up. Okay guys, now that we are very much established in the climb, let me jump out of VR and I'll see you all in just a sec. Go ahead and get rid of this guy just here, so fly lure and rid of you. Alec, welcome to the stream. Hi, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How you doing? Welcome. Off to Canberra we go. Oh dear. Oh, you picked up the 757. I've heard that. The 757. Gee, you should have gone for the 7.6. The flight factor 7.6 is meant to be really, really good. Okay, so now that we're on our way, let's go ahead and get rid of that chart. We'll go back here. For those of you that may have just joined me, a little bit of a status update on where we are at. There you go. So there's Australia just here. You can see it's probably zoomed out a bit far. And we are flying through to Canberra today. So if we have a look, we'll zoom it right back in again. And there we go. You can see us just there. Only really just started. Our flight, pretty short flight's only about 47 minutes flight time. So no sooner will we get up there, we'll be planning our arrival and descending. The 757 was cheap and I really loved the look of it and wanted the Trump wanted the Trump livery. I don't know if that's a reason to get it. Yeah, you're probably better off getting the 7.6 and pretending you're a 7.5. The 7.6 is, from what I've been able to see of it, is a really really nice aircraft. As is this one. Alrighty, what do we got here? We got some music that we can just chill. We do. There we go. Let's get some chill music in here for a Sunday morning flight. Alec, is there any? And I don't know the answer to this question. Is there any chance of refunding? I don't think there is with any of that stuff. Is there? I think it's pretty much set in stone once you've downloaded it or once you've even purchased it. I think that's pretty much it, isn't it? I tried emailing them, they said they don't do refunds, unfortunately. Yeah, there you go. It's annoying, but that's the world we live in now, the digital age. That's, you don't get there's no convenience or anything like that for, it's like buying it in a store. I don't even know if you can get refunds on digital products in store anymore. Dear. Hi Sean, hope you're well. Hey buddy, welcome. I am very well. How you doing? Excuse me. Well, as well as I can be with a really bad neck, I guess. That's okay, buddy. It's all good. Let's go for a little trip down. But we're going to be back in DCS hopefully on Tuesday night my time if you can. We'll look out here at the wing. There's definitely no ice on there today. Did you see this stream? Did you see this Tomcat stream this morning? No, buddy, I missed it. No, I've only been up 2 hours. Didn't even realise it was on. That's alright, maybe I'll ask for 767 for Christmas. Yeah, absolutely. Do you fly the Zibo at all, Alec? The Zibo is a very nice airplane to fly, which is what I'm in today, obviously. I did a little bit of editing of this guy. What was that, Ellie? Active Sky is getting released in December, but cloud changes until Q4 2019. So what does Active Sky give us in December? Just the weather system, like as in weather updates, and no... Bar, is that... Well, so Tuesday night, so this coming Tuesday is DCS night. Is it? I haven't been in VR obviously in DCS for about a month now. Have they broken it again? Is it really stuttery? Just weather, yeah, fair enough. Alec, if you get an Oculus, you don't need a yoke. You can just use your hands and the controllers like I do. It takes a bit of getting used to though. Quite bad. Ah, that's a shame. I was looking forward to flying some DCS in VR tonight. Well, not tonight. Sorry, on Tuesday. Well, okay. Well, actually, that probably works out not too bad. Actually, now that I think about it, some good scenery. I love ortho scenery. Look how pretty that looks. Because I haven't flown DCS2 for a long time, I don't think my competency level in DCS is pretty low, so having the manual up on one of my other screens while flying out of VR will probably be a good idea actually. Rather have a yoke, be more realistic. Oh, Alec. I don't think you can get much more realistic than being in VR and grabbing the yoke with your hands. And the throttles with your other hand, even though you got no real feedback. So that part I get, but switching knobs and knockers and setting the aircraft up and flying the aircraft in VR and even grabbing the yoke without no feedback is it's next level. It really is. Already have a yoke, so should I use that controller when I get an Oculus? Well, Ali, it depends on how you want to fly. You won't be able to see the yoke in VR. So unless the yoke is positioned within the same spatial spot as it is in VR in regards to your perception and depth perception, you're going to be bashing into it. Your brain's going to switch off and then you're going to hit it, disconnect the autopilot, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's up to you. And I find that you really get the benefit of VR by using the hand controllers and grabbing all the switches and all that sort of stuff. So it means you kind of need to sit back from your computer screen. And if you don't sit back from your computer screen, subconsciously you'll forget where your screen is and you'll go to reach for something on the MCP like the course knob or something like that, and you'll smack your monitor. I'm not saying that I've done that. What's going on here? Are we catching someone here? Yeah, right. Okay. I did see something in the... I'm getting a few bumps here. Yeehaw. You seeing the wing flex here, guys? It's waving at me. They said release it very soon, but no date. I thought it was going to be in December for the Tomcat to coincide with the Tomcat's real flight. It's like December 21st or something, 1970 or something. I don't even know if I'll use the VR controls. I just wanted the headset, man. They just feel like I'm in the actual cockpit. Yeah, that's fair enough, Alec. Will a 1070 Ti... They make 1070 Ti's? A 7700K be good enough to run VR? Yeah, absolutely, buddy. You probably want to overclock your 7700K though. What's going on with this turbulence here? Jesus, we are really getting the wobbles here. The Sim was doing this the other day in the TBM 900. I was getting this This rockin' autopilot. Let's see what happens when we get up to 35,000 feet. This TBM was doing the exact same thing. It's really weird. It's actually getting worse. Seatbelt sign on. Oh wow, okay, I guess it's not coming out anytime soon then potentially. Jeez, we are she's dancing all over the place. This is probably making me feel a little bit nauseous in VR if we're doing this. Okay, let me go ahead and get some charts ready for Canberra. Guys in the stream, can I get a meta for Canberra, please? So exclamation mark meta, METAR, space Yankee Charlie Sierra Bravo. Yeah, like the flight factor, yeah, they have got a really nice, what did I say, Yankee Sierra, no, it's, sorry, I might have got that wrong. What is it? Aviation Channel 2014, and welcome to the stream. YSCB, sorry, Yankee Sierra Charlie Bravo. I thought when I said that first time that wasn't right. The sound was not that impressive either. No cockpit sound space. And they said no cold start at the moment. Oh, it's really minimal, Ben. It's a shame. I don't know how you could release an aircraft without cold and dark. Hopefully they sort that. 240 at 4, thanks buddy. Thank you. 240 at 4, good visibility. QNH 1003. Okay, so there is our cruising altitude of 35,000 feet. She's really rocking here. Maybe we'll go. Where is it? Is it the flight model? Maybe we'll just bring a few flight models up and just see if that fixes it. Give some more out performance to the flight model. Is that? It's not sorting out. Aviation Channel 2014, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the channel, my friend. If you've got any questions or comments, please shout out. I don't reckon that's fixed it. I had this problem in the TBM 900 the other day, and I'm just wondering if it's something that so I'm just disabling the autopilot here for a sec, guys. This is me just checking the trim here. So we haven't got any turbulence. It's inputting it's inputting control input. So we are flying through smooth air, and like the TBM 900, it's inputting inputting this. So we go ahead and with the autopilot. There you go. Straight away, we're wiggling. Pleasure to be on board. Ooh, we need to get sorted here. We're at 20 miles to our top of descent. 2435. It's gonna be 17. Yeah, we're on my 17. Okay. What do we got? Iran. RC 6. No. Poly 7. No. I'm just having a look at the charts here, guys, just to get the right chart here. And to Vadmar Talag. Vadmar. Yeah, for the RNAV X-ray. Okay, so let me just get this configured in here, guys. Arrivals. The RNAV 17 X-ray on the 2 Alpha or 2 X-ray. Which one is it? 2 X-ray. KC Iran is what we want. Execute. Jeez, it's this inputting here. Alec, you can, but they all cost money, buddy. It's one of those things you kind of need to buy a yearly subscription and just that's the way it goes. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay. 168. It's really interesting that my sim is doing this control input, and I have no idea why. I was doing this in the TBM when I was flying down, and I'm not really sure why. Maybe I have to do a, maybe X-Plane's eaten some file and I need to reset it. What do we got here? We're going to land with 2.7, 2.7. Let's not have a working pen. 2.7 on 963.9. 63.9. We've got 2270. $2270 plus 50, 20. And we've got, what is it, 11. What's the VOR here? What are those all coming out over there for? Costs $20 a month, and that's a little expensive. Never mind, it's only $8. That's nice to know. I didn't think it was that expensive. Alrighty, what do we got here? What's the elevation? We are a little bit behind the aircraft at the moment. We've got an elevation of 1,900 feet. 1,900, yeah. Yeah, we're setting it. Okay, what we might do is pause you and start that. Okay, guys, so we're going to do an arrival briefing now. A little bit late, unfortunately, on this flight. It was a really quick flight, so let's go ahead now and get to the arrival briefing. Is this going to work here, or is this going to be cut off? Yeah, it's going to be cut off. I don't know why my charts. Start the chart software again. Navigraph charts desktop app. Okay, there's our descent into Canberra. Come on, buddy. That's better. Okay. So, we are going to do this guy. Come on, weather. There we go. So we are clearing ourselves without the aid of controllers. I'll just check we haven't got any of those guys online. No, we don't. So we've got we cleared ourselves here for this chart, which is the Manda 2 X-ray, which is from Iran to non-up, from which we've already gone past Iran. From non-up, it's to Manda, which we've got just here. From Manda, it's to Mekon. From Mekon, it's over to Vadma, and then it's from Vadma we go on to the approach, which is this guy just here. This is the RNAV X-ray for runway 27. It's if we're going over, you can see we've got Vadma here, CB4007, and then we're going to be CB4002 at about 4,000 and 5,000 or above it's got there, but 4,060 by 402, which we've got just here. It's got an initial approach course of 168, which we've got set on both sides, left and right side here. It's got a minimum a decision height of 2,270. We've got 2,270 plus 50, which is plus company policy for these. And we are coming back on that descent now for these arrivals, which we've got set there. The missed approach is track 168 to Curtin, then via the RNAV RNP missed approach track to George. And then climb to 5,000 feet. So it's a turn. It's going for pretty much almost runway, hitting a slight right turn, then a left-hand turn over to George, where we go into the hold. Looking at the missed approach, the minimum safe altitude for Canberra. There's a fair bit of terrain around Canberra, so once we get in olive terrain on my side, we've got 4,600 feet to the north, we've got 7,500 feet to the south there, and we've got a little slither of hope there at 5,900 up in this corner just here. We are using runway 17, so we're coming in here on this one. It is a flaps 40 landing. We've got a VREF of 140, so it'll be 145 down the approach. Auto brakes 2 today. It'll pull us off probably here, and failing that, we'll go off on Mike. Off on Golf, but failing that, we'll get off on Mike or November and then into the bay. The weather for arrival is really good. There's some light winds, it's clear down there, and a QNH of 1003, which is what we've got set. That's the arrival briefing, guys. If anyone's got any questions, please let me know. We want that guy there. And we want to go ahead and do the descent checklist. We are a little bit late here. The descent checklist, the pressurization, the landing altitude, we've got a set of 1,900 feet. The elevation is like 1,882. The recall has been checked. The landing data, I've got a VREF of 140, 145 down the approach, and the minimums of 2,320 set. The approach briefing has been completed. That's the descent checklist complete. And we are coming back on the profile. Yet we're getting a little bit fast, so we're on the boards now. And we're climbing. There is something definitely going on with my flight model here in X-Plane. I don't know what's happened. We might reset the preferences file in X-Plane and see if that fixes it next time round.
1,000 ago.
And continuing this descent down, we want to go down to 6,000. No, that's not right. We want to go down to... Oh, we can go down to 6,000 or above. That makes it nice and easy. 6,000. Okay, we're on the boards. We are a little bit higher, about 1,600 or 1,700 feet high on profile. But we've got the boards out and we are clawing that back now, so that's no real problem. Should do a little bit of announcement. Traffic, Canberra, IFR 73 overhead, not up. What are we on? Manda 2 X-ray, estimate, finals, finals 17 at... Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. 23200. There we go. Okay. Passenger fasten seatbelt signs on. Never came off because of that turbulence, even though it wasn't really turbulence. Alright, we're coming back on that VNav path now. So what I might do is jump back into VR. So we'll switch mics. Stream's going black here for just a second. Let's go ahead and jump into VR. Drag required, yes, I am aware. Okay, so the descent, pressurization. That's good. Okay, coming back up on the profile now. Down to 6. Look at that beautiful terrain around Canberra. You wouldn't want to lose an engine or lose both your engines around here. You'd be going down. And we want monitor to drag you out and chuck you just there. And get rid of you and bring you on. Okay, drag acquired, acknowledge that, and we can get rid of the boards now. What we might do is chuck a fix in here for Canberra, and we'll do /50, which will be inside now, no doubt. Yeah, we're inside that circle. And we'll do a /10 because that'll give us, that'll give us our minimum safe altitude that we spoke about in the arrival briefing. So within 10 nautical miles of the field there, we 167. We know what our minimum safe altitude is. We'll chuck that there. There we go. Chuck you up there. We can turn you off. 30 miles. It is really quiet on the chat today, guys. What's going on? You were just enjoying your weekend? Chuck you guys up there a little bit so I don't have to move my head so far up. How many miles out would you put the gear down? I want to put the gear down no, not 15. So when
Traffic.
Okay, we just got a traffic alert for the guy behind us. We want to go, sorry mate, 1 second. You, and we've got 1003 on you. I put the gear down as I start the glide slope. Failing that, at about 2,500 feet above the ground, I put that down. But putting the gear down at something like a 737 that is inherently pretty slippery aircraft, you sometimes need that extra drag that the gear might come down a little bit earlier. Flight Slim NG, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the follow. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome. Okay, through 10,000, 250 knots. That's all looking pretty good. Over we go. The lights are on. Fasten seatbelt signs are on. We don't show up on that chart, unfortunately. So what we might do now is chuck this chart on the approach chart. There we go. We should hopefully show up on that chart there. Hopefully that answers your question, DG. I do apologise for the tile difference here, guys. when it finishes. Oh, hello. When the rest of my files copy to my primary drive, all this will be updated from zoom level 14, which you see, which is pretty crappy, to zoom level 17 for the entire country. Asian Hippo 73, great name. Welcome to the stream, my friend. If you've got any questions or comments, please shout out. I'll just get the boards out here a little bit. Onto terrain now. Do my best not to bust the speed restriction here. Given the fact that we're outside of controlled airspace, we probably want to have the text window on so we can see people typing. There we go. Any tips on shooting an RNAV approach? Be mindful of your altitudes. And once you get past that initial approach fix, which in this case is CB401, set your missed approach. Obviously have LNAV and VNAV, and set your missed approach after your initial approach fix, and you should be sweet for your go around. But no, they're fairly standard, buddy. There's nothing really special about them. Hi man, I'm from the UK. You seem like a really cool guy enjoying the stream. Oh, thanks, buddy. Welcome from the UK. Thank you so much. Welcome. 5,000. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying it. If you've got any questions about anything, buddy, please shout out. Robbie, welcome, buddy. I haven't seen you for ages. How you doing, my friend? Now, knowing my luck, someone on Vatsim is probably going to be coming into the opposite runway, so runway 35. The wind is directly crosswind, so I thought, given the fact that we were a little bit behind the aircraft, I thought I would go for the extra track miles and come around from the opposite direction versus the coming into 3.5, which would mean a really earlier descent and we'd be still chasing the aircraft. So I dare say maybe old mate's going for runway 3.5 and then we're both going to be landing. Maybe not. Maybe he's going to Sydney. Doing good, that's good, buddy, that's good. Welcome to the stream anyway. Okay, with this elevation, that's 5,000 feet AGL, so double ding the crew to let them know that we're only at 5,000 feet. Gives them a bit of a mental or oral note there about how much time we've got left. So down to 4,000. Is it just me, or is there something like a mark on the right side of Sean? A mark on the right side? Oh, there is two. Is it this guy? Is it that gone now? It was my boom mic there, buddy. We'll go flaps 1. Yeah, sorry about that. If I don't push the mic right out of frame there, we get that problem. No, your monitor's not broken. Traffic Canberra velocity. Hugo, thanks from the bottom of my heart, buddy. Hugo, thanks so much, buddy. I really appreciate the donation, mate. Thank you, that's lovely. So I do donate everything to charity. I don't keep any of the donations. So thank you, mate. Thanks, mate. I'll chuck an extra $1 on there for us, so we can get rid of you now. Traffic Canberra velocity 259 IFR 737 800 joins finals runway 17 Traffic Canberra. Okay, let's go 168 on you. So DG, what are we? 9.7 nautical miles now, tracking for the RNAV approach, which we can see the runway is just off the head of us. So can you speak over Unicom? Not really, but we pretend we do. Okay, turning on the RNAV. Gear down. Flaps 5. Speed intervene here and bring the speed right back. 145. The Cirrus Jet, yeah, the Cirrus Jet's a nice little little aircraft, that one. And we want to keep, oh no, we want to go LNAV, VNAV, and keep you going down to 3,500. Is you going to level off because I accidentally clicked the wrong button? Yes, you are. Okay. I accidentally clicked the wrong button, and now it doesn't want to descend, so we'll do it manually now. So down to you, we can turn you off. 4,000 is our minimum safe. So continue the descent all the way back. There we go. Flaps 15. It's one of the things with VR. Sometimes if my tracking gets a little bit stupid, I'll press one of the wrong buttons there, and like that, I pressed the wrong button and it disabled our VNAV and wouldn't come back on. So that's okay. We'll manually fly it. Turning us in here. Laps 40. Landing checklist. Just watch this. That landing checklist is engine starts, which is auto for this aircraft. The speed brake is on. The landing gear is down. 3 green, and the flaps are 40. Green light. That's the landing checklist complete. It's my aircraft. Good. There's nothing coming down the approach into us, which is nice.
1,000.
1,000 foot stable.
Mr. Burge, altitude set.
And checked. Bit dry here in Canberra. Feet on the rudder pedals. We've got a white and a red either side. Looking good. Where's that wind? Tailwind. That wind swung around. We got a bit of a 5, or about 2 or 3 knot tailwind. That wind has swung around from our meta. Oh well.
Approaching minimums.
As they say, shit happens.
Minimums.
Continue. 45, Robbie. 45's the magic number. My throttles.
500.
That was a bit of a dart down there.
300. 200.
Looking out the window. Looking out the window. Slowly coming back. We want 140 touching
100.
down.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, it's going to be a big one. Yeah, that was hard. Versus out.
Knots.
380, yeah, that was firm. Yeah, that one was firm. First one's always firm. Or manual braking. And the Q&H we've got isn't right either. Oh, the weather just updated here for Canberra. Now it's put us up at the right altitude. We can't get off there. We want the next one. Yeah, it does feel a bit smooth. The X-Plane doesn't do a really good job of the knee or the neck snapping that you would get. Yeah, the rudder pedals are the only controller that I use. There we go. Master caution anti-ice. Off. 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 Start the APU. Good stuff. I got back from my lurking just in time. You did, Bug. You did, buddy. Welcome to Canberra, everyone. XP realistic. I don't know if that'll do it for VR though, because I think VR head overrides everything, doesn't it? Pretty sure. Chili, hey buddy, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Happy Thanksgiving for the other day, I think it was. So what do we got here? We'll go down here and around. So 57 minutes so far, really short flight. the flight back to Melbourne will be a little bit longer. I don't have, there's no real good X-plane scenery here for Canberra, so it's a little bit basic, unfortunately. Ah, Chile, yeah, no worries, buddy. So it is, so the version of Zibo that I've got is the latest version. So God, what are they up to now? 331 J or L maybe? Whatever the latest one is, I've got that, and I'm using X-Plane 11.26. Yeah, I was going to try going to 11.30, but I feel like it's got some issues. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check. You're welcome, Chile, no worries, buddy. I reckon that's probably good enough to stop just here. Okay, so we are on the bus and on the bleeds. Let's shut down. On the Zibo tablet there is a question mark. Press that and it tells you. Oh, there you go. Let's start that guy up to confirm. We'll stop the clock. That's held, so 58 minutes. Fasten seatbelt sign is off and anti-collision light is off. Strobes are now off. God, do your job, Shauno. There's a question mark. There's a question mark somewhere. Oh, that guy needs to get out of the way. We'll chuck you there. Where's that question mark? Is it 10 credits? Home? Right corner. Ah, oh, there is just there too. What's that say? Oh, 3.31 Lima? 3.31 Lima, that's what that is. I didn't know you could push that guy. There you go. Hopefully that explains some stuff, buddy. Okay, so we'll go ahead and chuck you guys just there. We want to go ahead and get some ground handling. Just get the little plug-in freeze here for a second. Drive up. Ooh, we don't want all those. We want that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. We'll get a fueling truck as well, and we'll drive those guys up. How about that? Go ahead and open the doors. So we want to forward those and off, open, and we want to shut down checklist. Thanks, Robbie. What do we got here? So the shutdown checklist is fuel pumps are off but one for the APU, the probe heat is off, the hydraulic panel is set, the flaps are up, no lights, the parking brake is set, the engine start levers are cut off, and the weather radar is off and off. That's the shutdown checklist complete. And there we go. They're connecting now, even though we've got an aero bridge that's sitting there doing nothing. Guys, with us on the bay, let me jump out of VR here, and I will see you in just a sec. And turn you on. Yeah, they are pretty bad. The old default aero bridges. There we go. Let's go jump out of the aircraft now and have a little bit of a look around. There we go. Back to, you have become one of my favourite streamers. Hugo, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback, buddy. I really do appreciate the love and support you guys give me. Thank you. So we are here in a very dry Canberra with everything. I'm really liking having service vehicles now. It's something I never had. For the Black Friday sales, I invested in this, and I think I got it for like $6 or something, $8. It doesn't look too bad. It's not too bad when you don't have working aero bridges. Alrighty. The one thing I do like though about the fuel truck is he actually connects to the spot that he's meant to connect to, which is kind of cool. Isn't it summer in Australia? Well, proper summer. Always summer over there. Yeah, it's proper summer. So it's pretty warm here in Brisbane today. But yeah, what's the temperature here in Canberra at the moment? It's only 11 degrees here in Canberra, so that's not too warm at all. Alrighty, so what are we doing here? We are going to be operating the return flights. So we're going to go back to Melbourne. The weather in Melbourne is going to get quite gusty throughout the day. So our flight back, we're going to, we should, as we get closer to Melbourne, we should be experiencing a little bit of turbulence, which is cool. I don't know what's going on with the flight model with this rocking at cruise. I'm going to have to try and sort that guy out, but we won't do that for this flight. We might just head back to Melbourne. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I am just going to take a little break here just for a few moments while I get a fresh coffee, have a banana for breakfast, and get the aircraft and the bits and pieces like the flight plan and all that sort of stuff for our return flight. So if anyone wants to take a break for 5, 6, 7 minutes, now's the time to do so. I will be back, and we'll get ready for our next flight. So I'll see you all in just a few moments. Bye for now. Alrighty, guys. Welcome back. I'm still working on the flight plan now. I realised that I had to feed my little doggies some breakfast, so that ate up all my flight planning time. So I'm just finishing the flight plan now. So bear with me just for a second longer, and then we'll be right to get underway. What have we got here? We're going CBR Melbourne. There we go. Export you. Exported. You won't be able to see what I'm doing here, guys. We want to. Was a flight plan. We've got that guy there. That one there. That one there. File flight plan. We want to go ahead and disconnect from you. And we are velocity to 62 and connected. Let me get the project fly up and ready. From YSCB to YML 262. Why is there two? One's an ATR. They're both ATR 72. That's not right. That one there, camera, book, and we want to use that one there. YSCB, YML, dispatch, fly now. Alright, so that one's done. Let's go ahead now and get our charts updated. We are VOS 262 from YSCB, that one, YML. The little window we did. Okay. Alrighty guys, so welcome back. So we are going to operate the return flight to Melbourne today. So we have a little bit of a look at the route for us. So for those of you and my international viewers are not familiar, this is Australia obviously, and we flew up to Canberra today from Melbourne, and we are literally just turning the aircraft around and flying back. So pretty straightforward flight. We are into the wind today for this flight anyway, so it's going to be a little bit longer than the flight was down here. So let's go ahead and reset everything. That's not the one I want. The menu button. It's a bit dark here with the shadow. We might where is it? Get ahead and just put some lights on there, make it a little bit brighter for you guys and a little bit brighter for me. There you go, FMC reset. There we go. Alrighty. Sounds good. Awesome. Alrighty. So I have tried the FS Global Real World Weather again. It was causing us issues because of the sim crash we had just earlier, so I'm just going to get it to plug in some weather again for us and just see how the frames go. Okay, it's definitely a lot more cloud than there was before. And what's it giving us? 1003. Okay, so that looks to be working fine. Alright. So we will go ahead and set you up there. We need to get the flight plan up, and I need to set the weights of the aircraft. Oops. We want... Oh, I've got U-turn on. We don't want U-turn on. Just close you. Okay, let me put some weight and balance here. So what do we got? 0 fuel weight of 61.5. So we want another 3 on that's 20.1. 61.5 is it? Yeah, 61.5 and 5.4. Go 5.5. 6. Recalculate. Oh no, you have already 64.2. 66.7. 66.7. Oh, wait, it's slightly different to the aircraft I've got in spec. 61.5 for the 0 fuel weight. 61.5 with fuel. 65.4. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Leave those up there. Alrighty, so we are now ready I've reset everything that we need to reset the aircraft. I've done our first little parts of our checklist, so we'll go ahead and do the first checklist of the day, or the segment. So it's the pre-flight checklist. So over here we're starting at the top. So the oxygen's been tested both sides 100%. The navigation, transfer and display switches, that's these guys here, they're all normal and auto. The window heat is the 4 switches up the back there, they're all on. The pressurization mode selector, that's the guy over here in the corner, he's set there, and we will go up to 36,000 feet, so I'll go ahead and set it there while we're over there. The flight instruments, I've got heading 207 my side, heading 207 your side, and we've got QNH 1003, 1003 and 1003, giving us an elevation of about 1900 feet, which is pretty bang on for government work. The parking brake is set and the start levers are cut off. That's the pre-flight checklist complete. Let's go ahead and do a bit of a flight plan review now, and we start with this page just here. So we are operating velocity 262 from Canberra through to Melbourne today, the 24th of November. It's about another 10 minutes given the fact of those winds that we'll be now flying into. So 54 minutes, requiring 2.6, so just shy of 2.7 tonnes of fuel. We've got a contingency there of 300 with an extra 30 minutes that I've chucked on given the fact that we're online on Vatsim. I like to have a 30 minutes up my sleeve just in case. We've got the standard fixed, reserve of 30 minutes, giving us a total of about 5.4 tonnes required for the flight. It's actually a little bit less there, it's 5.23 with the taxi fuel gives us a total fuel of 5.4 tonnes. If we have a bit of a looky-loo just here, I've chucked an extra 100 kilos on there just for the APU burn. Okay, looking at our zero fuel weight, we've got a zero fuel weight just under 61.5 tonnes today with the motion lotion for the flight minus a little bit for the taxi gives us a blast off weight of 66.7 tonnes. Those of you who know me and the aircraft well know that we're about a couple hundred kilos over our max landing weight. 66.3 is the maximum landing weight for this aircraft, so we just need to remember that for our departure briefing. We're going to burn off about 2.7 tonnes in the flight and landing with about 64 even there into Melbourne. The schedule, we're off at 23:15. We are very late. We're not quite an hour late, but by the time we get through it, we probably will be an hour late. We're an hour late leaving Melbourne. I got on a little bit late, and then obviously with that sim crash, that delayed us another 20 minutes. So we are behind the clock. Anyway, so we're up at 36,000 feet today. The shear rate's only 2, which means that we're going to have really smooth flying conditions. Anything greater than 6 means we'll have a few bumps in the flight. That wind is a headwind for us today, 244 degrees at 58 knots. We are carrying an alternate. No, we're not carrying a primary alternate. We've just got alternate options here. So we've got Avalon, Canberra, which is where we are now, and Launceston. We'll skip the contingency summary for now. This is the business end of the flight plan. You'll see me come back to this in just a few minutes. This is the actual flight plan. It lists all the waypoints, including top of climb, any step climbs and top of descent. It's got a whole bunch of weather information, timing information, but more importantly, it's got the fuel that we should expect at each waypoint. You'll see me refer to this, time permitting, as we go through the flight, just to make sure that we are tracking to our fuel burn. Okay, the weather. So we've got Canberra here, so we know the wind here in Canberra is 110 degrees. That wind has really swung around since we landed, so it'll be a runway 35 departure for sure. But it is variable between 070 and 130. We've got good visibility. There's a few clouds at 4,500 feet, temperature 16, so it has come up a little bit since we landed. Dew point 7, QNH 1003. Looking at the TAF, there's going to be some rain much later on, but that's really about it. Looking at Melbourne, the wind is very similar to when we departed, 220 at 11 knots, good visibility, a few low clouds actually at 1,000 feet. It's only 600 feet above the ground there. I just had a really big brain fart. Clouds AGL or MSL? They're AGL, aren't they? So it is 1,000 foot. Broken at 2,200 and broken at 3,700. Temperature 15, dew point 9, QH 1007. So looking at the TAF here, that wind's going to remain the same. 0400 Zulu, we're not going to be, we'll be in before then. Yeah, so the weather's looking really good in where are we going? Melbourne. as well. The weather in Avalon looks good. The weather in Launceston looks good. There's some overcast. I'm underclassed, that's what I am. Cloud at 4,500 feet in Adelaide. Looks really good. It's really boring weather here at the moment, unfortunately. This is our actual flight plan. We're starting on the top part of this flight plan. Our yellow line is the direct line between the two airports. The red is our actual flight plan. It's got us departing off 35 with a series of left-hand turns and a right-hand turn down to Melbourne. We have got a direct headwind for this flight, which is a little bit annoying, but what are you going to do? Alright guys, that is the review of the flight plan. If anyone's got any questions, please let me know. Failing that, we'll go ahead now and get the aircraft configured up. So zoom us right in here, bring up the business end of the flight plan again. Route, we're going from Canberra, YSCB, YSCB to lovely Melbourne. We are velocity 262. The company route, we're going from Canberra to Mel 1. Activate, execute, runway 35. The departure is going to be a Tanta 1. Execute, that should be a bunch of left-hand turns. Yeah, we're going that way, left-hand turn, and then right. Yeah, that's looking good. And there wasn't a lot of legs there. Once we get to Tanta, Rumi, Naba, Bulla, Tarax, Lizzie, that's fairly standard. Okay, performance initialization page. We are starting from this section just here. We've got a zero fuel weight of 61, which round up a little bit, 61.5. We've got reserves today of 1.1 and a cost index of 20. We're up at flight level 360 today. And the wind up there is 244 at 58. And it's negative 45 once we get up there. Execute U. The outside air temperature is 16 degrees. We won't do a D-rate here in Canberra or a D-rate in Maclon given the fact that the flight is so short. Flaps 5 for our departure today. And we've got the wind we had in Canberra of 110 at 5. Don't worry about the slope. Our thrust acceleration and deceleration height will go to 1500. And want that guy there. We got that guy, and that guy. 148 again. We've got 488 on the trim, which looks good, and 148 on you. Alrighty, that's looking good. Back up here to the descent page. So over here we're now going to cruise. It's 0.78 for the cruise. The descent is 0.78 as per the company profile, and 280 knots. The forecast is 110 on the way down. We'll put some altitudes and winds in now. So 270, 210, and is it 140? No, 150. No, 130 is that next one. The wind is 231 at 32. There's no keyboard input for the Zibo 737, is there? Because that would be nice. 219 at 26. 209 at 21. Done. Execute. Progress. We're going to land with about 3.3. The plan has us touching down with about 2.5. So once it does some more calculation, we will be very much closer to our plan. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of you. I'll get some charts up now and configure the aircraft up for our departure, and then what I'll do, guys, is I'll do a briefing for everyone. So if you don't know what I'm doing, don't be alarmed. I'll do a briefing and it'll all make sense in just a few moments. Tanta approach, we have the X-ray 168, 168. We've got up to 8,000 on you down there. 2,000. We've got you receiving, you off, you're there. Pushback, I'm pretty sure we're just going to drive on out again. I'm not going to use better pushback. I don't want the sim to crash again, so we'll leave that for now. Okay, so alright guys, what I'm going to do now is the departure briefing. So for those of you, you are my virtual FOs, guys, so all 14 of you that are really quiet on the stream today, it's okay. If if you have any questions during the departure brief, please let me know, and I'll stop and go through it. Okay, so we are here operating velocity 262 from Canberra through to Melbourne. We're over here on Bay 4-ish. So we are not going to do a better push. We're not going to do a better pushback today. Better not push back, as it's already been described. But so we're going to drive on out. So we'll just do a lap around here to the right, onto Charlie, right onto Bravo, down to November, and then blasting off runway 35. So we do have actually I'll skip that, I'll come back to that in just a minute. We are doing a left-hand seat takeoff today, so flaps 5 with no derate. We'll have terrain on my side because there's a fair bit of terrain around. The weather is pretty good. So for those of you on the stream, you are my virtual FO. So from 0 through to 80 knots, if there's anything you see on stream that you're not happy with, you think I've forgotten or I'm doing wrong, please shout it out on stream and I'll assess it. From 80 knots through to V1, we're only going to report for an engine failure or loss of control of the aircraft. From V1, we take the problem into the sky. Talking about taking the problem into the sky, this is the RNAV X-ray for runway 17. We have the added benefit of having already flown this this arrival approach, that's the word I'm looking for, coming into Canberra just before in the previous sector, so we're pretty familiar with it. So what we'll do here is we've got some restriction or some minimum safe altitudes we've got here. So Canberra's a bit of a pain in the arse. We've got 7,500 as soon as we depart, so we need to get above 7,500 feet, otherwise we could run the risk of running into a mountain. And then we've got 4,600 feet to the north here. So what we'll do is, we've got 5,900 feet out to the left here. We'll just do a left-hand turn, come back here into a left-hand circuit. We should be fairly close to visual conditions here in Canberra. The weather here is pretty good. Some scattered cloud around, but nothing too serious. So we'll just come straight back into landing. And land. We are about 500 kilos over our max landing weight, so by the time we taxi out to the runway and blast off and get around there, we're going to be pretty close to bang on our max landing weight, so we'll just come back and land, so we don't have to stay up there and hold. We just want to be absolutely aware of the terrain around this place. Speaking of that, the aircraft is configured. It's got 168 on both the courses. We've got the VOR frequency just locked in there and receiving on nav 1. We're for Canberra, and we've already got the minimums there of 2,320, which is our MSA plus 50 feet as per the company profile. So the aircraft's already fully configured up for our landing back into Canberra should we need to do it. If nothing does go tits up, this is the Tanta, well, it's a collection of charts. I don't really know much about planes, but this is really interesting. Oh, well, there you go, Hugo. Well, that's really good. Well, if you got any questions, buddy, in particular, please shout out. The crew do prepare for the worst case scenario, so everyone's clear about coming straight back should we need to. And each phase of that takeoff run, we just need to make sure that everyone on the flight deck is clear about what actions are going to be taken. So now that we've gone through everything that can go wrong, if nothing does go wrong, this is chart 10-3 Charlie, the effective the 9th of November. It's the Tanta 1. It's actually a whole bunch of departures on one chart, but the one we were looking for was runway 35, so not before DER. So there's DER 35. So not before you. We want to turn right and track direct to. No, I'm looking at the wrong runway. Turn right direct to Dur, and then track 353 to Gutmo, which we've got 353 to Gutmo. And then after passing Gutmo, end 7,000 feet, which is Gutmo, and there's our 7,000 foot or above altitude. We then turn left to Major. Cross Major at or above 10,000 feet, which we've got set there, 10,000 feet. And then track 236 to Nonup. No, we've got Keats there. Where am I getting Keats from? Let's look at the visual track here. So there's our 7,000. So there's Gutmo and 7,000. That's a left-hand turn to Major. We're not going to Tanta. We're going to Tanta. My apologies, guys. For Tanta, I was reading there. Go for Major, cross Major, at or above 10,000 feet, then turn left and track 175 to Keats. There we go. And then Keats, we want to be at flight level 180 or above, which we've got flight level 180 or above there. And then from Keats, it's to Kelly. Yes, to Kelly. And then from Kelly, it's to Tanta, which we've got set there. So that's our departure briefing now complete, guys. We will use LNAV and VNAV to assist us. Turn the flight directors on. LNAV and VNAV to. Yeah, LNAV doesn't like doing that one. Oh well. We'll use LNAV in heading mode initially to support the flight, and that is the departure briefing complete. If anyone's got any questions, let me know. Hey, Looper. Hey, buddy. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Okay, well, we probably want to get rid of some ground handling stuff, eh? We want to drive away. That's not what we want to do. Whoops. Hide all. That was really not the right way to do that. Let's close you, and close you. Should we see everything disappear up here? Beautiful. The lights are off. I'll close the door now because it'll save me doing it in VR and hurting my neck a little bit. We don't need you anymore. Yeah, I'm doing alright, buddy. Looper. I hurt my neck on last Monday, almost coming off the motorbike, and I've been in a bit of recovery ever since. But it's about as far as I can go on my right neck, but my left's coming good, so we're getting there slowly. Okay, guys. Well, let's go ahead now and jump into VR, and we'll get underway. So the stream's going to go black here. Just going to have a little bit of a mic switch. Alrighty, so let's go and jump into VR. Am I still quiet now, Looper? No one else has mentioned anything, so I don't know. We want to fix my rudder pedals. There we go. Okay, in the hangar, let's go ahead and get back on the flight deck. There we go. Just double check we've got, we've got you on. Sounds alright to me. No worries, buddy. Okay, we got the ground chart there. We'll just go ahead and pull you up there, down there. Got you guys just there, looking good. Okay, let's go ahead and do checklist. Got nothing in the center. You're on. Okay, before start checklist. The before start checklist got fuel. We've got 5.5 as per the plan, and the pumps are on. Nothing in the center tank. The passenger signs are on. The windows are locked. My side locked. Your side. The MCP. I've got V2 148. Initial heading 168. No, these are all wrong. No, we'll leave that on. 168, but we'll turn you on. That's why we do the checklist. We want 359 as that initial one. 359. There we go. Yeah, there we go. 359's the initial heading and 8,000 set. The takeoff speeds, we've got V1 of 138, V rotate 140, and V2 climb out of 148, 148. That means the CDU pre-flight is now complete. The trim is free and 0. The taxi and takeoff briefing is completed to the line. Below the line, the flight deck door is closed and locked, and the anti-collision light is now on. That's the before start checklist complete. We'll go ahead and start the clock, and we're good to go. So over to the right ignition source for the second start of the day, and off, and starting 2. And everything's clear. Might go ahead and get you on again. And there's 25 fuel coming in. How's the bike? Yeah, Leaper, it survived. I didn't actually come off or drop the bike. I got flipped up and almost off it, and I was very, very lucky. And during that flip, almost, I've kinked my neck pretty bad with the heavy helmet. I was avoiding a truck driver on his mobile phone. I thought I was coming off. I thought that was as far as the road took me. I think that was I thought that was as far as my journey was going to go. But it didn't. What have we got here? There we go. Whoops. That went into reverse with an extra button that I've got. My bad. That's a good start on 2. Let's start 1. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah. Oh, that right. Oh, the physio says I've got yeah, it's a bit of a clusterfuck down the back of my neck on this right side and down into my right shoulder. It's pretty bad. But that's okay. We'll get better. And start a cutout. That's a good start on 1. Flaps 5. Control check, watch your knees, guys. And rudder right, center, rudder left, center. Okay. We want you on, you off, you on, you on, you on. Collision lights, and off, and recall. Epic. Hey, welcome to the stream. Mike, don't know what your name is. Okay, before taxi checklist, generators are on. The probe heat is on. The anti-ice is not required. The isolation valve is this guy here. He's on auto. The engine start switches for this aircraft are auto. The recall's checked. The auto brake is RTO. Do I say LaSalle? LaSalle? Sorry, buddy, I'm really bad at names. But thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. If you've got any questions, please shout out. The engine start levers are idle, detent. The flight controls are checked, and the dispatch clearance is checked. That's the before taxi checklist complete. Let's get going. Off. You're playing. Yeah. Hey, buddy, welcome. I know you. Might do that this afternoon, buddy, if you're keen. I'm definitely keen for a little bit more. So off and on, brakes released, clear left and clear right. Let's go. Awesome, buddy. Sounds good. And we're going to be able to pull this around without clipping our winglet. Whoa, yeah, we got heaps of room. Still looks tight, and we'll get it in within. Just check I'm not turning into anyone. Yeah, we're gonna make that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. got here? Sorry guys, I've got a bit of an eyelash on my right eye. I'll just clear that out. And traffic Canberra, velocity 262 IFR 737 800, taxis runway 35, traffic Canberra. I've heard lesbian's a bit of an alcoholic. Really? Oh well, makes two of us. Oh, my call sign's right there. That helps me remember. Oh, nice. We all play pretty similar, which is nice. We've all got, you know, similar skill levels, I reckon. So it makes it easy when we don't have to carry anyone typically. When you got a group like that, when you're playing a game like Dead by Daylight. Okay, the cabin are ready. So the before takeoff checklist is flaps are 5 and green light, and stabilizer trim is 4.8 units set. That's the before takeoff checklist complete. I love Dead by Daylight. Yeah, you do leave it. Well, a whole bunch of us play it as well. I haven't streamed it. I haven't streamed it for so long. I might stream it that as well throughout the week. It's good fun, Dead by Daylight. I got one pip off rank 9 with her. It was pretty fun. Oh, nice. That is good. We might just pick up the pace here a little bit. I'll go ahead and turn the TCAS on now so we see if anything's coming down the approach, which it's not. Now traffic Canberra, velocity velocity 262 IFR 737 800 now lines up and departs runway 35 for Melbourne, traffic Canberra. Alrighty, on, strobe is on. You gonna give me LNAV yet? No, I'll go heading select. From your real job, how close is it to the pilot? How do you mean, buddy? Sorry? And we are clear on the approach. Ugh. Clear on the runway, double ding the crew, and on and on. Oh yeah, I work in IT, so I'm one of their IT managers, so I'm not a pilot. I've got my license though in real life, but not current at the moment. There we go. Alrighty guys, you guys right to go? Let's GO. Up to 40%. Come up together, which they have. Let's punch it. Thrust set. Airspeed alive. Check, thrust hold.
V1. Rotate.
And rotate.
Positive brake.
We get LNAV yet? BNAV. Ooh, we do not want you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Do not thrust back on us. Aeroplane, don't do that. Fuck doing this in real life. Oh, it just wanted to kill us then. We got our thrust acceleration height is 1500 feet. No, not yet. Are you going to try and kill us again, aeroplane? No, there's our thrust reduction height. Okay. And there we go. Jesus, it wanted to pull back the power on us there when I went through the autopilot mode then. That wasn't cool. I'll go ahead and bring that up. 36,000 feet. And 36,000 set. Flaps 1. What are you doing? I don't want you. Yeah, back there. Flaps up. Ooh, we didn't put the gear up. We must have missed that. And that's all that commotion there. So the gear is up and off. Off. Okay, after takeoff checklist is engine bleeds are on, packs are auto, landing gear is up and off, and flaps are up, no lights. It's part of the checklist, buddy. It's no real big drama. We haven't got to 36,000 feet yet. We're only at 5.5. So it's after Gutmo and 7,000. After 7,000 we can do our left-hand turn. Yeah. So here comes 7,000 now. So there's 7,000. You're going to flick us across to the left. There we go. You wouldn't jump out. No, you wouldn't. No, you absolutely wouldn't. Okay, there's 10,000 feet. Standard, lights coming off. Let the crew up. And we now start accelerating up, and 10,000 feet terrain radar off and weather radar on. There's a little, oh no, that's text. I thought that was a little bit of junk there. Alrighty, and Command A, LNAV, VNAV, auto throttle, N1, LNAV and VNAV speed checked. There we go, guys. That's, oh, HEI. That is how we do that. So out of Canberra. And I think we're pretty good to let the guests up now. There we go. And what do we want? 215, so we're going to bring that back this way. One of the little safety precautions I always do is mirror the heading bug to our current heading. So we are going to fly this magenta line. The autopilot will fly the magenta line if I just go direct. If that fixes the line up, yeah, there we go. So the autopilot's going to follow this magenta line to these magenta waypoints, and which is LNAV mode. Heading mode is a manual selection where I can choose the heading that we want, and I always sync it up to the heading we're flying. That way, if we have some sort of computer problem where the aircraft does something stupid, and that is not uncommon, you can quickly set heading mode on, and there's no change to what we're doing. So it's just a little safety precaution, a little bit of airmanship there. Okay, hello. Ugh, what is this? Go away. Okay, hello. Did that work? Bueller? No, I don't know. Oh, I got a different push to talk, that's why. That's why, because I set it for Discord, for Dead by Daylight. Okay guys, with us on our way now, let me jump out of VR here, and I will see you all in just a sec.
Hello? Yeah, I think you're muted.
Yeah, I'm muted.
Hello.
What do I want? I want that, and that. There we go. Alright, let's get to a good mic here. Might sound a little bit better now, guys. What's happening, buddy?
Not much. Jump a bit. Do all those things that I should have done, but haven't. How's the neck?
Yeah, good. I can turn left, not so much right.
Ah,
So
that's
great
right.
for sitting on, it's great for sitting on the left side of the aircraft.
Yeah, alright. I'm like that all the time, mate. You're right.
Let's have a little bit of a look outside here. Fix it again of that guy. Alrighty. So for those of you on the stream, we are underway. Let's have a little bit of a look at the journey so far. So we only have just started, and just out of Canberra, heading down to Melbourne. So I've got all of Australia in Zoom level 17 and New Zealand now.
Yep.
I just haven't, it's still copying from one of my drives. It's 24
okay.
hours so far.
Awesome. Leroy was cracking it last night because he did a sub out of Adelaide, and he was really happy because he's finished downloading all of the Eastern Seaboard at Zoom level 18 or something. And he took off out of Adelaide, went straight into Overcast and didn't see any of it.
Oh no.
Oh well. Shit happens.
Shit happens. There's a very particular bit of cloud just there. I hope that guy's not going into Canberra.
Switch grass.
Alright, let's get some more music going here, guys.
I can be the something that you always needed, or choose to be the one thing that was most conceded. Honey, you know that time was never on our side.
Is that any better?
I could just
Canberra, Melbourne.
Canberra, Melbourne. Why don't you do something a bit longer, mate? Come on, go to Cairns.
What is it with you and Cairns?
Tell me something, please. What you want from me.
I have got an in-flight meal today.
We'll never know, but I always want more.
What we'll do, let's go down the back and we'll have our in-flight meal, eh?
Anything for
Send a shout out to Mark Richards.
the last, no compromise, but I always want more. But I always want more. I'll always want more. But I always
Where is he?
He's on your Who's Online list there.
Hey Mark, welcome buddy. You've been there for a couple of hours. You're
Oh, I was
littering,
watching.
are you?
Oh. You know, you peeled your banana all wrong.
Totally stuffed up with banana peeling here. Yeah, it's quieter than the music. Oh, wow.
You know you have to peel it from the other end, don't you?
What? Is that any better with the mic volume, guys?
Yeah. It's a revelation, mate.
Shit.
You have to peel from the other end because that's how monkeys do it. And if there's anything on earth that knows how to eat a banana, it's a monkey.
How's the mic quality and the mic volume now, guys?
There
Is
you
it,
go, public service announcement for all your viewers.
thanks, mate. No one's replying. Does that mean it's not fixed?
No, your voice is really quiet.
It's good now. I thought I fixed it now.
I don't know. Actually, I could just probably turn the stream up.
You probably could. It's good now. It's good. Is the music all right at the right level now, guys? I just want to sit down the back and eat my banana. Looking out at the wing.
Still got flying high on the screen.
Good question.
Somebody didn't turn the IFE on. Oh, hello.
Bit of a banana went down the wrong way. Hey, Debwan, how are you? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Damn, is this a new X-plane? This is the latest version of the Zibo 737. Yeah, it's not too bad actually. Speaking of which, we probably better get back on the flight deck. We've been down the back a bit too long. You can fly this. Yeah, you can.
Don't mind that seat, mate. Just walk straight through it.
That's right, mate. Alright, just excuse me, mate, while I step over you. Alrighty. For all my lovely viewers on the stream, if I could get a meta for Melbourne, please. So exclamation mark meta, METAR space Yankee Mike Lima. Oh, no worries, buddy. I appreciate you being around. Thanks, Lewis. 211. So runway 16, I guess. Good visibility. Broken cloud at 2,600. Broken at 3,600. Temperature 16. 2.109. Whoops. And our altimeter 1007. Okay, what I'm going to do, guys, is start getting the aircraft set up right now for our arrival, because this is quite a short flight. So I don't want to get caught with my pants down. Not again, anyway. So just, what do we got? 6 Alpha? Yeah, 6 Alpha. Alright. Leaving the weather behind us for some good weather ahead. Okay, so let me go ahead and just plug in our arrival. Just arrival, ILS Zulu on Aussie 6 Alpha execute. Aussie. One 160. We'll go U. 1097 on you. Switch you back. We'll go receiving on you. Leave you there. Minimums of 640. I'm just plugging in. So I'm just plugging in the arrival information now, which I will brief in just a few minutes. $640 and an elevation of 430. 450 on you. Oh, we've got about 80 nautical miles to top of descent. So here we go, guys. We had it on the flight down. I had it in the TBM 900 the other day. When I get close to cruise level, I get the aircraft wobbling, and it's not weather related. It's something to do with it gets this rocking happening. So you'll see here, this left and right, but there is no turbulence in the air. So I was doing it in the TBM 900 to me the other day, and it did it on the flight from Melbourne to Canberra, and it's now doing it on the return flight, where we just get this wobbling and the seesaw action here, which is very annoying because it really flexes my wings here. We get a nice little wing wave going on here. It makes everyone seasick. And it only happens from about 34,000 feet onwards, so yeah, I might have to do a reset on something. Buddy, thank you so much for the host. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much.
Trim moving, or is it just the elevator?
Just the elevator.
1,000 to go.
1,000 to go. Welcome, everyone, to the flight. For those of you who...
If you go into CWSP, does it stop?
Into which one?
Into CWSP. Just grab the yoke and push it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it stops moving then, so the autopilot's compensating for something. And look out the window, is it still porpoising?
Nah, it's not.
Oh, but you're descending.
Yeah, I just grabbed the trim there.
Yeah, right. So it's not porpoising when you're straight and level, not
How are
on
you, buddy?
autopilot.
Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
And it's rocking left and right now.
Oh yeah.
So autopilot on, command A, and left, right. So we're just working a little troubleshooting here, guys. We've got a little bug here that I've experienced in the sim, both in the TBM 900 the other day and flying from Melbourne to Canberra, and now Canberra back to Melbourne, where it wants to do this rocking here. What we might do is just go here and take the flight model up to 4, and that doesn't solve it. So let me just command A it, and we'll just confirm now to see if it still does it. So I brought the flight
whack it back
model.
on. Command A, yeah.
And yeah, still doing its rocking. So it's not a flight model problem here. Let's do this seesawing action here. So this is a new thing that's just happened recently. So I might have to do some resetting of some settings here in X-Plane at some point. But for those of you who have just joined, welcome to the stream. We are flying from Canberra down to Melbourne, so we're only about 50 nautical miles from top of descent, so I better do a an arrival briefing and get everyone up to speed with what's going on here. So progress 2.8. 4. 64.3. 4.3. There, you there. We've got you set there, you set there, you set there. Okay, guys, what I'm going to do is an arrival briefing now. So if anyone's got any questions, please let me know. This guy here. So we are, without having any ATC online, we're clearing ourselves, and I do apologise for this chart being sideways here, but this is the Lizzie 6 Alpha arrival, and from Lizzie we're going around to runway 16, so we're coming around at the north here and then a left-hand turn. So there is a speed restriction here of 250 knots below 10,000. That's fairly standard. So from Lizzie for runway 16, it's through to Horus, and if we go down here, from Lizzie we've got Horus at 9,000 feet or below, which we've got there, and then it's through to Enzeg, which is just here, 230 knots, and then we've got Nefa at 6,000 or below, and then we've got Beltar, which you can see here at 185 or below at 4,000 feet, which we've got set there. If we go here, this is you can see Belter here at 4,000 feet for the ILS, and that lovely left-hand turn, 90-degree turn onto the approach for runway 16. So this is the ILS chart Zulu for runway 16, chart 21-1, effective the 8th of November. It calls for a course heading of 160, which is what we've got set on both sides, 160 on the left and 160 on the right. ILS frequency 1097, which we've got set on the primary nav 1. The primary nav 2 is the VOR 114.1, which we've got set there and receiving on VOR 2. And we've got some minimums here of 640 feet, which we've got set just here. Looking at the missed approach for this one, it's track 160 and climb to 4,000, directed by ATC. Looking at the minimum safe altitude of this chart, we've got 4,500 feet to the north, but 3,700 feet to the south. So if we do have to go around, we'll just get above 3,700 feet there. But the departure, the missed approach has us climbing to 4, so we should be okay. And then we'll just come around and do like a left-hand turn or a right-hand turn out over this way and come back and just jump on the ILS approach again. Looking at the weather in Melbourne, we know the weather's pretty good. There's wind 200 degrees at 11 knots, so we'll have a bit of a crosswind coming into land. Good visibility, some cloud at 2,600, some more cloud at 3,600, which is fine. Temperature 16 and QNH is 1007, which we've got ahead and set just here on the standby. It is an auto brakes 2 landing, so if we look at the ground chart, we're coming into runway 16, which is this guy just here. I'll just zoom out so you guys can see the airport in its entirety. Coming into runway 16, so we'll aim to jump off on the high speed on here on Golf. If we don't get off on the high speed, we'll get off here on Juliet. If we don't get off on Juliet, we'll get off on Kilo. If we don't get off on Kilo, we'll get off Airport West Shopping Centre, and then come back off on Golf, which will be our primary here. It'll be straight on to Golf into Echo, Pier Echo, which is the Virgin Australia terminal, these 2 fingers just here. So we'll just come straight into Echo 2 or Echo 4 or something like that. Pretty straightforward. There's nothing wrong with the aircraft that means we need to do anything different. So that is the arrival briefing completed. If anyone's got any questions, please let me know. Alrighty guys, what I might do is have a bit of a chat to the guys in the back. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, your captain speaking. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you aboard Virgin Australia Flight 262 from Canberra through to Melbourne. We do apologise for the late departure of your service today. Unfortunately, the aircraft was late leaving Melbourne, where it operated from Melbourne through to Canberra on the previous sector. But we are on our way, endeavouring to make up as much time as possible. We are just experiencing a few bumps here in the cruise, so we have got the seatbelt sign off here for a little bit, but if it does get worse, that seatbelt sign will be coming back on. Looking at our arrival into Melbourne, we will be descending in just under 5 minutes from 36,000 feet, and have you. The box house is touching down at about 13 minutes past the hour, and we'll have you on the bay a couple of minutes after that. Looking at the weather in Melbourne, there's a light wind out of the west and some scattered cloud around with a temperature of 16 degrees. Well, that's all you'll hear from us unless something does change, so we do appreciate you choosing to fly Virgin Australia today and trust you've had a pleasant flight. Thank you and good morning. Okay, back with you guys. Let's have some more music, and we'll do a descent
I
checklist.
seem to be apologising for a late departure. Come on, mate. OTP.
Tell me about it. So the descent checklist is this guy just here. The pressurization landing altitude is 450
And there's no way
feet
you're
set there.
attempting to make up any time in the cruise. Sorry.
Mate, with this turbulence here, or the fact that the aircraft's got a technical issue, we are being safe, alright? They don't need to know that. So recalls check, the auto brake is level 2, the landing data, we've got a VREF
Definition of trying to
1.
make up time is taking the rapid at about 79.
Yeah. We've got VREF of 140 and the minimums 640 feet set. The approach briefing is completed. That's the descent checklist complete. Go ahead now and set our altitude to drop down to 24,000 feet initially. Yeah, this rocking's really annoying. Let's have a look outside the aircraft.
Yuck.
It's trying to fly. It's flying on its
I was
wings.
going to say, they just want to show off their fancy flex effects.
We're now in cloud. Where the fuck did this cloud come from? Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, I got my banana. I forgot my banana. Ooh, maybe that's that part of the banana. Well, it's making me seasick, this rocking. I wonder what it is.
Imagine it in VR.
I'm not. Yeah, it's good that it doesn't do it on the descent. We're going to get high here because it's going to have trouble nosing down for a little bit. Oh, Mark Richards is gone. Bye, Mark. Oh, wow, that was a big rock. Joystick. Huh. That's interesting. Huh. Huh. I think I know what it is. My Thrustmaster joystick's not registering. So something's going on. Joystick. Yeah, wow. My Thrustmaster HOTAS joystick's not working. And this happened after I installed the new Thrustmaster software.
can you show us what happens when you grab your stick?
No. Delta Yankee got any sick bags? I'm sorry about the bumpy flight. So there is an issue with my joystick. I'll be the first to say that. It's not registering an X-Plane. It's not even registering. Well, it's showing up in X-Plane and it's showing up in the device manager, but it's got no inputs. And I got the new Thrustmaster TPR rudder pedals, which meant I had to install their drivers and software. And ever since I've done that, my joystick's not working anymore. And I feel like that's causing some input something or other in X-Plane by the looks of it. Is this the latest? Hydroson, hey buddy, welcome. Is this the latest M? Mine was doing this on L. Hydro, this is L. I'm pretty sure, but this was doing it. This was doing it to me in the TBM 900 when I was flying the other day. I did a little stream from Brisbane to Coffs Harbour that didn't go too well, and it was rocking like that as well. And I don't use the joysticks. No, we're not. This is 11.26. This isn't the beta of X-Plane. I'm pretty sure, unless I started the wrong one. Nah, 11.26 R2. Drag required. Lies ML /50/10. Yeah, Hydra, I'm pretty sure it's something to do with my Thrustmaster joysticks because they're showing up in my device control panel, but they're not showing up as moving. I move them around and nothing. The only thing that moves is my rudder pedals. So there's something there, and I feel like that's creating maybe ghost input or something like that, or something in X-Plane maybe. Causa, hey, but oh shit, Causa's here. We're late, buddy. We're really late. We're like 50 minutes late. How are you, Causa? What's been happening, buddy? You been well? Weather change. More weather change. Weather loading. Weather loading. There we go. Alright guys, what we might do now is go ahead and jump into VR. So I'll switch my mic. Hi everyone. Yeah, I'm good. How's your neck, man? Yeah, it's neck-like. It's pretty stiff to turn to the right, but it's okay to turn to the left now, which it wasn't a couple of days ago. So on the mend, hopefully, but we'll see. Alrighty. Chuck you guys there for now. Hey, cool. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, buddy. I hurt my neck on the Monday, and then I had to fly on the Wednesday, so I was jacked up on the pain. No, actually, I lie. I did get a chance to get painkillers, and my Uber came too early, so I forgot to get them. And so yeah, it was pretty painful being in Sydney and flying, and of course we had really bad weather in Sydney, so getting thrown around a little bit, and yeah, it wasn't good fun, but oh well, slowly getting there. Physio every couple of days, some stretches, some exercises, it's getting there slowly. Oh, that kills. So the Rockin' has stopped under about 30,000 feet. Oh, I bet Hydro, I apologise again. It's bloody annoying. I need to work it out. I don't know why those have stopped working. I might have to unplug them and plug them back in. It did tell me to do it when I did the driver installation, but I only did the rudder pedals.
You don't know if it's fixed until you get to cruise.
That's true, yeah. That's true. Yeah, that's right, Causa, absolutely. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. And Barb's, just so you know, I can hear you in the headset, but I can't reply. Discord, I need to set Discord up differently.
Yeah, it's fine, mate.
We got some traffic there, or is that a ghost, do we reckon? I'm pretty sure that's a ghost. He's not really moving, he's just moving with Lizzie. Good old Ortho 4XP changes between ZL16 and ZL17. That'll be fixed when I get my new ZL put into the sim, hopefully later today. Stop it. We want that guy, fly with lure, that guy, and we'll chuck you guys just there. Okay. Traffic Melbourne, velocity 262, IFR 737 is overhead Tarax. Flight level 170 inbound Melbourne runway 16. Estimate finals Melbourne at 01100 traffic Melbourne. And guys on the stream, can I get another meta for Melbourne please? To double check that QNH we got set right. Thank you, Lewis. So this observation was taken about 26 minutes ago. 190 at 9. Yeah, that wind is swinging around to the south now. Good visibility. Broken cloud at 2800. Broken at 3400. Temperature 16. Q and H1007, which we've got set. No significant weather events. Yeah, that's a ghost. He hasn't moved at all, unless it's a helicopter stuck at 10,000 feet. Maybe he's getting a video of us flying past and doing that right turn to Lizzie, maybe. Maybe that's what it is.
Hello.
Who's that? Oh, Leroy.
Howdy.
down to 6. 6,000 set. And our turn for overhead Lizzie now. Yeah, there's no traffic down there. Okay, we should be on the chart. We are. You can see us there on the right side of the chart, tracking off over Lizzie. So Horus at 9 or below. And I've set 6,000 and the line's just before it, so even with our deceleration we should be down nice and on profile. Okay, there's transition standard 1007, 1007, lights coming on, and fasten seatbelts on. Active sky in December, so they keep saying, so I've heard, hydro. That'll be good. Just the weather model, not any cloud replacements or anything like that. And I'm kind of cool with that. I'm kind of really happy with my clouds. I'm not really worried about that part. Threshold released an article. I'll have to go and read it. Have a little bit of a look at what it says. Okay, 250 knots below 10, which we're going to make. And down we go. So we might go to 4,000 now, and we'll go ahead and go U and slow you up. And you want to speed up and get me fast and then come back. Turn you on. And we'll go about there, 230. Oh, we might have traffic here. What's he doing? Yeah, we've definitely got someone coming in by the looks of it. Plus 15. Plus 16. Or maybe it's another ghost. Looking fat, you mean? Really good, buddy. Not too bad. Got a bit of a bung neck, but yeah, I've been better. I've been worse. And we'll just go straight to flaps up speed there. And what have we got? 230. When's the next? We've got a speed restriction coming up, don't we? Yeah. NSEG at 230. Get a little bit of board here just to get under that 230 mark, and that way we're not going to bust anything. How are you anyway, Burnout? What's been going on, buddy? What's news in your world? We'll go one more in. We'll go with the radar off, terrain radar on. go 950, maybe 900. Maybe 850. Put the boards away now. Looking good. Asked a girl out, that's about it. How'd that go? Well, if you're here, instead of being with her, maybe it didn't go too well? It's not very well, is he? And what's that 185 or below? That's at Delta. Okay, so that 185 or below is right there. Spot on, Hydro. Oh no! Oh well. That's why you keep trying. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at you, buddy. Keep it up. Alright, your approach checklist is just altimeters, isn't it? Yeah, altimeters. 1007, 1007, 1007. Approach checklist complete. Wasn't a no or yes. Sounds yeah, right. I can relate to that. Back when I was single, that's part of the fun, isn't it? Alrighty, we'll go flaps 1. Keep that back now. 185. There you go, Hydro's got a point. That's all you need to do. If it wasn't a yes, it's a no. True, true. Alrighty, we picked up the ILS. We want VOR lock. Deceleration here. We'll go round to 160 now. There we go, it's turning us. 160 set. And we've got VOR lock on standby. Flaps 5. We might go to this chart just here. And we haven't picked up the localizer yet. Yeah, the glide slope. Come on, baby, come on. Oh, it's going to do a gradual turn and we've gone through the glide slope. Oh no. Alright, we'll go gear down. Oh, now you want to grab it. We need to start that descent. That was a little bit annoying. My cat still loves me. Okay, so VOR lock coming in now. Approach mode, that'll give us, we'll grab that glide slope, that'll give us some, flight director vertical cues.
2500.
What do we got here? 140. 145. You keep that descent going. We're catching it now. Flaps 15. 20 I need insurance for this landing. Ah, funny. Yeah, we're visual. It's annoying that it turned us a bit early and we weren't able to grab the glide slope. There you go. There's the glide slope. It's grabbed now. We're getting that that vertical flight director. How do you get the little tablet with the browser on in VR? Which one's that one? But are you talking about this guy? The chart to my right here. And flaps 40. Ah, so that's not a tablet. It's just the Navigraph Desktop's chart app. Come on, auto throttle. And that guy is something you can bring in with the Oculus software, which is why I recommend Oculus. Okay, landing checklist. We've got engine start switches are auto in this aircraft. The speed brake is on. The landing gear is down 3 green and flaps are 40 green light. That is the landing checklist complete. Yeah, the Navigraph charts software is really good. Okay. We'll always go down, but not this way. Okay, guys, for those of you on the stream here, I'm just going to be heads down, flying for the next little bit. So if I miss anyone's chat, I do apologise. Hi, Sean. Joined right in time. You did, buddy. The checklist comes standard with the Zibo, but I've got a customised checklist as per my virtual airline. Mate, what's the worst that could happen? VL's virtual, Sean. 4,000 on my heading, yeah. Keep that descent going, get a little bit high. Might just fuck off that flight director. This gets a little bit annoying, trying to follow those guys. I'll just look out the window now, so we're a little bit right. We'll come left, we're a little bit high.
500.
My throttles?
400. 300. Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, weather change just as we touch down. Reverses. Where we touch down at? 168. Brace. Manual braking. I just got put up in the chair really high then for some reason. Thanks, Oculus software. Welcome to Melbourne, everyone. Off, on, master caution, anti-ice, and on, terrain off, and you off, and off. Whew. Welcome to Melbourne. What gate we going to? We'll go down to 2, I guess. Actually, a gate that I've never been to, actually, in X-Plane is Foxtrot 11. Let's go to Foxtrot 11. Delta Yankee 2, thank you so much for the confidence in my landing, but more importantly, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Thank you so much. Just smash it anywhere. Just smash it in anywhere, you reckon? So that's Fox 17. We want somewhere up here on the right. Gaming Tech, hey buddy, welcome to the stream. You're corner 796. You're just over there. I think you've put a typo in your call sign though, your QGA. Unless that's something I'm not getting. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check. We don't really... Maybe it's something over here. Stop! On the brakes. On you. Well, thank you. I do have a typo. No worries, buddy. Okay, we're on the bus, so shutting down, and on the bleeds. Anti-collision light off. Oh, I forgot the strobes. Did that again. Off, off, off. Here comes the bridge. Fasten seatbelt sign is off, and stop the clock at an hour and 6. That's cool. Yeah, the nose and guidance system is really nice. Unlock and open. And we want one of these guys. Let's go ahead and get the plugins, ground handling, show that. We want you, and drive up. And we want to open some doors here. Actually, what I need to do is chuck you there. Doors, open, 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 open. There we go. Alrighty. Shutdown checklist time. So we want that one of those guys there. Shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps. Everything's off but one for the APU. Hydraulic panel is now set. We want to have some chocks. Some chocks. Some chocks. Some chocks. Some chocks. Ground and set the chocks. The flaps are up, the parking brake is set, the start levers are cut off, and the weather radar is off and off. That's the shutdown checklist complete. Up to Alice Springs for me. Nice, buddy. Nice. Enjoy the flight. I don't know how long it is from Melbourne. Guys, with me being on the deck now, let me jump out of VR here. I'll be right back in just a sec. Let's switch to a better mic. There we go. And that one there. Get rid of... What do we got here? Fly with lure and get rid of that guy. So let's jump out and have a bit of a look here. Yeah, there we go. Whoops. We may have opened the wrong door by accident. That's right. We'll get a catering truck up. We'll get a catering truck. That's how we'll pivot. We'll get a catering truck. What did I do? Open. Aft service. No. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Open aft service. I want the forward entry, I want the rear entry, and the front service. Okay, we'll do that. That looks good. You have some stuff to do in VR. Sorry, Hydra, I don't get what you mean there, buddy. Sorry. Let's go ahead here and have a little bit of a look. Go up in here. Hey, buddy. Back in the cockpit. A lot of stuff to do in VR, like things to do. In general, as in, or do you mean like in this? Well, there's a Jetstar flight over there. He's taxiing. Where's the old mate here, Qantas guy? He's fixed his call sign up. He's just over there. He's making little planes. This is how you make This is how you make more planes. You get there. This is ZL17 around here, buddy. I'm pretty sure around Melbourne. This is some scenery, so that's why there's a vast difference between the scenery for the Melbourne airport that's done. It comes as part of their scenery pack that they include versus this guy, which is the ZL pack. I'm thinking about deleting this stuff and updating it with some satellite scenery. Right up the kangaroo. Pretty much. Well, that looks pretty cool with all the ground services and stuff on it. That looks pretty cool. Alrighty, so guys, what I'm going to do from now, so I was going to do 2 more flights. I was going to do another couple of sectors, but so we've got a problem with the aircraft pitching up and down at cruise, and I've got my joysticks that's not working, which I probably need to fix. And what I want to do is give the ortho a chance to load. So what I've got is I've downloaded all of Australia and all of New Zealand in a high quality zoom level 17, and it only had about like an hour left to copy before I came on stream today. So what I want to do is I'm going to fix up my joystick and that pivoting problem at cruise and put more of the scenery on, and that way I might come back online and do an Auckland Christchurch Queenstown flight or something a bit more exciting, where we'll go into Queenstown and see how we go there. So I might call it for the stream for now, but probably be back in a few hours if the sim is playing nice, and we'll do a couple more flights. So hopefully that's okay for everyone. The actual rocking at cruise actually makes me feel a little bit ill seeing it in my peripheral vision, so I don't know if it's for you guys. So I do need to fix that problem. So the data set's about 2.3 terabytes, and I think I've only got about 160 gig left to copy. It had been going for about 24 hours, 25 hours copying. So there's a lot of data. And then I just need to organize it, put it in an X organizer, which will take like 5 minutes. So, alrighty, guys, thank you for not good enough. Well, well, everyone else except Burnout. No, I'm joking. Everyone, thank you so much for being with me. Yeah, it's uncompressed. Thank you so much for being with me for our Canberra return flight. What's with my DG ground handler? It doesn't go up to the plane. Oh, Sean, I don't know, buddy. I only just got it. I installed it. I click a button and it works. I haven't done any fiddling with it at all, and I don't know how it works. So, sorry, buddy. I can't be of much help. But thanks again, guys, for being with me for this flight, the return flight. I hope you enjoyed the landing into Canberra for those of you that were with me, and I hope you enjoyed the landing into Melbourne for those of you that are with me now. But what I'll do is I will be back in a few hours, pending the sim. Everything works out all right on the sim. But I will definitely try to get back. All right, guys, that's it from me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all again really soon. Bye for now.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks, don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.